This is almost embarrassing, guys, so I really apologize to every Muppet out there. What? Good morning, everyone. We are D&D Breakfast Club, a group of friends from Minnesota that get together every Sunday morning at 7:30 CDT to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I can't do it anymore.
Come on. Oh, shit.
We are here to chronicle our journey and hope you will all enjoy your stay. This stream is live play and will have non-interactive. I read that wrong. If you have any questions about the campaign or any questions at all, such as why am I speaking in a Kermit voice, I will get them during the break. Also, read that wrong.
Wow, man. That was good.
I can also sing in that voice.
That was good.
I didn't see that coming.
I have one rules after the fact from last game. We went through an ordeal with Olivia, and Delaron tried to disarm the potion from her hands.
Mm-hmm.
Disarming, there's no real written rule for it. I did quite a bit of research, and basically it says there's a lot of skill checks that are much like grappling. So you do a contested check, which is what we did. We did it right. It's just not a written rule. So, FYI. I have one inspirations after the fact. So one inspiration from last game. It's going to Delaron/Josh.
Really?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Nice.
What did he do? I never do anything.
Did he kill the plot?
Smite.
He did kill my plot point. It hurts. D&D is a cooperative storytelling game. You're always cooperative in combat, describing attacks, blocks. You make my job a little bit easier. You ask questions. Can I do this? Can I do that? If this guy is placed this way. I actually encourage more questions through combat. It makes it a little easier for me to tell the story and a little easier for everyone else to envision the story. So have one inspiration for the game. And if you ever ask, can this tentacle monster's second attack go through my body to attack Garabon? My answer is probably yes.
That was really cool. That was really fun.
We're going to do a recap of the previous game. Who did it last week? Was it Art again that did it last week?
Yeah.
Which is
Art
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Which is Jay. Which is Lorenzo now. Then it'll be between Garabon and Merritt.
Okay.
I'll put myself in there.
Yeah, put yourself in there.
Garabon.
You know what? That's rigged because you didn't call any numbers out.
You're
you rolled a 4-sided die.
It's a 6-sided.
6-sided die.
Know how many times I recapped? I talked too long.
Okay. All right, here we go, boys. We started off in that little encampment after we rolled the griffins. And Lawrence One-Eye comes in and he goes, the king needs to speak to you. What? The king was dead, we thought. And we go into this little secret room and the king was there. And he is alive and well. And he took my stupid hat and he took my stupid amulet of, like, detection.
Bad.
And he's like, I need these things to keep secret, keep safe. And we're like, all right. And then he's like, wait, there's more. We want to take the castle back. And there's some things that we had to do for the castle. There was a magician where the flood was, caused. And there was a magical beast and whatever. But we didn't do any of that. We didn't do anything, he said. We instead did like the fourth option, which was, let's go underground into this tunnel. And so we did. And we had to find out what was causing all these problems in the mines. We went down there. We saw our first mimic. Merritt got eaten by a cart on a track. And that was pretty awesome. Pretty sure that was a little bit of revenge from Ryan because...
Not at all.
Yeah. It was.
It was going to be an awesome scene where you had to chase the minecart, and instead you just abjured it. Whatever that means. Okay,
Stop.
thanks for ruining it.
Stop.
So, so as a ranger, I was able to see humanoids, and we had some coming up. There was a group here. One was over here, and we ended up finding Luther battling this big beast, giant
tentacle monster with 2 heads.
Yeah, tentacle monster with 2 heads. We killed the monster. We got Luther knocked down pretty good, but he disappeared. And we killed his companion, who was obviously some kind of...
Not his companion.
Not his companion, but we still killed him anyway because Delaron.
Whoops.
And that's where we are. There's really nothing more.
I feel like it was an honest mistake anybody could have made.
Oh, yeah, and we had it out with a fist fight again.
Okay. Yeah, we do that.
Is that going to be like a daily occurrence?
Every other game?
We're going to call that the daily average.
There we go.
That's just a typical day in the life of adventurers.
Someday we'll get along.
I feel we're making progress. I didn't smite you last time. There were no smiting.
Oh, and Alex here stuck with 1 character through a whole session.
Yeah.
True.
You finally have a character that you stuck with during an entire session.
It's not a permanent one, but...
So we're going to start with Artigan.
Oh, snap!
Oh, okay.
Actual Artigan. You're not just mistaking your name. Artigan.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on the road for about 5 days. The signs of travel are starting to show on Karina's face. You can tell that she's getting tired, and you can feel it as well. Her long, beautiful, dirty blonde hair is tied back in a bun more often than not. Her cheeks are usually red from the cold and the stinging wind of the snows. You've been following the signs of smoke that are rising from a chimney for the past few hours, and you aren't sure if she's even caught on while she's riding on the back of the horse holding on to you. You believe at one point she had probably fallen asleep behind you. The cabin comes into view eventually, a parting of the forest, a path to comfort. She wakes. Artigan, where are we?
On the road, just heading towards, looks like there's a cabin up here.
She looks around, and you can see that on this path to this cabin, you get closer, and it's pretty large. It's a 2-story cabin, log cabin, and you can actually see a sign that has "Inn" written on it, I-N-N. I'll go in. Do you want to stable the horse?
Would you mind stabling the horse with me? We can go in together.
I'm so tired.
Okay.
So she slides down off the horse and walks towards the front. You walk towards the stables. Give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
I know what this is for.
Stable your horse.
Perception, 7.
So she knocks on the door of the inn as you're walking into the barn, and you hear the door open while you're taking the saddle off the horse and tying her up, and you can hear a lady's voice. Come in, how can I help you? Yes. But you're not sure exactly what's going on, and then you hear the door close. It's a little worrisome, though. There's a slight worry in you when you hear that voice. You're not sure why.
I'll hurry up.
So you hurry up, you get the horse all set up, and you walk up to the front door. Do you knock?
Yeah, I'll knock.
So, And eventually, the door opens, and there is a beautiful lady standing in front of you. She has some white silk garments and some long black hair. She has a nice olive-colored skin and almond-shaped eyes. It is Mashira. And she looks at you. Artigan, come in, please.
Is that the,
You remember Mashira from the swamp. She is the one that helped you when you had aged by being scared by a ghost.
Thought so.
Oh, the witch?
Witch, yeah.
Ugh, swamp witch.
Okay.
Kill it
I'll
now.
come.
Get up there. I got more of these loaded for you.
Yeah, good. You should do it.
Wait, these ones are the ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go in.
How are you? How have you been?
Have had better days, but hopefully better ones to come.
We need to talk. Not right now, but we do need to talk.
Okay.
Your friend is having a bath. Would you like to join her?
We're not really like that. I'll wait until she comes out.
Okay. So Mashira walks to the back, and you hear her cutting something in the back of the kitchen. You're not sure what. Eventually, she comes out with a plate of meat and foods, some greens, and she serves you. And then she walks over to the bath where Karina is, and you can hear the sounds of Karina stepping out and the water dripping down, and Mashira's talking to her gently, and they're just having a casual conversation, talking about the weather and Riverstorm. And eventually, you hear Karina. Artigan,
Yes?
are you coming to bed?
Do we have a room?
Yes.
Sure. Guess it's late.
It's a little late. The dark has overtaken the day. The bed is made, and it's a real nice interior. There's area carpets, which aren't very common in a lot of these inns around the areas. It has tapestries along the wall. It has lanterns that are burning bright. The bed's sheets and the pillows are really comfortable. Probably some of the best comfort you had besides the king's castle.
Mhm.
You walk in, and Karina is again in her nightgowns, in her elegant silks. And she's slipping under the covers. Artigan, would you sing me to sleep?
Sure.
It's a memory of the past, the times you used to sing to Owana when she would fall asleep. You pull up a chair next to the bedside where she's at. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Let's see. I'm gonna use the other dice because that one's already rolled a 7 on me. Performance. It's a 20.
It's really good. Do you have anything in particular you would sing to her? Any ballads in mind?
Nothing in particular. Something that doesn't have a lot of thought to it, just more melody than anything else.
Okay. It doesn't take long before she's deep in slumber. You can see that she is at peace during your song. Sleep overtakes her, and at that moment you notice Mashira standing against the doorway, just leaning against it, watching you quietly.
I walk up to her and, can I help you?
We do need to talk. I would like to do that tonight.
Sure. Lead the way.
So she walks you back into the commons room. There's a few tables and a few benches. She motions for you to take a seat.
You take a seat.
You take a seat, and she hasn't actually sat down. She's walking around the tables, kind of just pacing. She's like, Artigan, I told you that I would find you if I ever needed anything.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
What can I help you with?
I've been thinking a lot about you, Artigan. And she kind of walks up behind you, and you can feel the warm breath caress your neck as she gets real close, leans in. I want you.
Things just got weird. Jerry Springer.
Metal dice.
Get the metal die out.
Oh, God, man.
Your hairs slightly stand up on the back of your neck. She sits down next to you very close. You can feel her arm caress your arm just being that close.
You remember my second request?
She just stares at you, waiting for you to go.
I'm looking for my fiance's body so that she can be resurrected. I don't know if that's something that I can promise you.
I don't want you forever, Artigan. I just want you for tonight.
Run.
I've got all of these loaded up for you guys.
Dude, it's so hard. I'm just gonna keep eating these muffins.
Good call. Let these two have their peace.
There's a long, awkward silence between you and Mashira. She lightly caresses your neck with her long fingernails.
Oh, this is the witch? The witch wants
You
me
can feel her warm breath again on the side of your neck as she moves her face closer to you. What do you do? She leans in closer. You can feel her lips touch your neck.
Are there any other options?
You ask.
Yeah, I think so.
She now kisses your neck. She doesn't respond. She's moving her face towards your face.
I'll back away slightly. Be like, can we talk a little first?
Sensitive
How
guy.
about dinner at the movie?
You're gonna run out.
I've got plenty.
I'll give some back.
You're not there. You're not there. There's nothing to talk about. She now moves right up next to you. You feel her body's warmth emanating onto yours. She's starting to turn towards you.
I don't know if the timing is good.
Just for one night, Artigan. She puts her hands behind your neck and kind of clasps them together against your neck and leans into you.
Was not prepared for this.
She puts her
You
lips
can't
on
be prepared for
Artigan's
this.
lips, and you can feel that cool breath now as she goes to kiss you.
Could this be for both favors, or is this just one?
You ask her?
Yeah.
She stops. She smiles at you. A big, beautiful smile, and her lips are ruby red. You are very smart, Artigan. This isn't the favor I want.
What is the favor?
I do have something in mind. This is for us, for pleasure.
I apologize, but if I'm doing this, it's going to be for one or more favors.
Oh, you magic whore.
She takes a long pause to think about your words. She gives you a kiss on the cheek. And she backs off a little and sits next to you. I know you're going to Greenhaven. I've seen it. There's something there that I want. I want you to retrieve it from me and bring it back to me. I'll be in the swamps of Deep Marsh.
What is this thing that you want from there?
There is an egg. It was kept in the Tower of the Lotus. It's still there, I've seen it. They've just missed it. It's in the deep basements of the tower. Still locked away, hidden. It's a gem that I would like. That's for the favor. If you still want me, she smiles. For tonight.
I'm sorry, but I'll be fine. Like I said, it's timing. Just going through a lot right now.
So the egg, I want it. Bring it back to me, and we will be settled.
Is there anything else I should know about this egg? Am I able to touch it with my hands? What kind of...
It's just a normal
gem?
egg.
Okay.
I believe it was once a dragon's egg.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright. She eats some food by you and passes the time quietly. Eventually gets up and goes and tends to more business in the back and lets you to yourself. Go ahead and have an inspiration for dodging out of that situation pretty handily. Good job.
Not getting briefed.
It's 2018 and there might have been consent.
Gotta watch it, man.
She's a witch, don't do it.
Good job. Have an inspiration.
Yay.
And I'll take all my little green cubes of you're not there back.
I didn't chime in one.
Good
Have an
job.
inspiration. Nomination. That was tough.
That was good.
That was tough.
Nomination for not telling Artigan to do something to the witch.
Should I start deducting inspirations when you do chime in?
Do that,
Go
dude.
for it.
Oh, you'd be out so fast. You start giving you disadvantage on everything. Alright. Switching over from Artigan back to you guys. That would be Delaron, Garavon, Lorenzo, Merritt. You're sitting in this room, this cavern hall. Actually,
First
I
thing
can
I
put
do
the
is-
cavern back.
I lay on hands myself for 14 really quick. That's all I have left.
That's
I'm at
all
one
you
hit
got,
point.
huh?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you are pretty spent.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
So you're sitting in this cavern. You have just downed this two-headed beast. You have just downed Luther, and then you had stabbed this man in the face that was dying, just to make sure he was absolutely dead.
Yeah, because Luther was like, kill him, and I'm like, fuck him then. He's
Just
Luther.
one more stick through the
Yes,
face,
die.
because why not?
Yeah, that's right.
He bleeds out the face and the wound and starts chugging blood, just goop, 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 and it starts spilling to the ground.
I mean, he's dead.
Oh, he's super dead.
Cool. I'm going through his stuff.
As you're going through his stuff, you see... Everyone give me a perception check. You're all there.
Nope, I rolled a 1.
Oh, come on, man. I don't even want to roll anymore.
That's a 5.
I rolled a 21.
I got a 20.
Yeah, well,
You
half of
fail
us pay
as a
attention.
group.
Come
We
on!
do fail as a group. You're welcome, guys.
So you are rifling through his things.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if there's something important in here.
All right, let's see what he's got.
Glean some knowledge from the dead man stuff.
You find a total
I
of
forgot about money.
1,200 gold in mostly platinum. So
120.
100 platinum, 200 gold, and you find 2 separate pouches.
You written all that down? All right.
Yep. I mean, if you want to, I'll give it to you, but I'm just like...
No, I don't want to write it down, so I'm good with you having it all.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he won't die on us, so...
You believe that the sword that he holds and the armor that he wears do have some types of magical properties. They don't seem mundane by the look of them.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure what they do. You can take the time to attune with them to figure out what they
Can anybody identify these things?
Nope.
In the bag for now. Bag.
All right, I got...
Is it like
Oh,
a...
you're just gonna strip his corpse naked?
There's
Yep.
a long
Leather?
sword and light leather armor.
I think that would be a leather armor for Harold over here.
Well, let's not mess with that until we know what it does. I've done that in the past. It turned out bad, so we'll take it someplace where we can pay to get identified.
Okay, so
Okay.
magic armor in the bag of holding,
And magic longsword.
and a magic longsword in the bag of holding.
The mundane sword of Luther that was once set on fire is charred and could probably be restored if you wanted to keep it. You have a couple Luther swords now.
No, I gave my last one away.
Oh, okay.
You want to keep it?
Yeah, sure. I take the Luther sword. Why not?
All right.
I'll wear it.
We'll wear it.
Yeah. Luther sword.
As you're collecting all these items, you see... Didn't hit you at first. You weren't aware. You're all looking at what he's doing, looking as he's rifling through these bodies. But now you've noticed that the life essence of this man that had been slain, stabbed through the face, is risen out of his body. The life essence of Luther. Give me a religion check if you got it.
Not the kind of paladin.
18?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at it.
So the life essence of this man and the anti-life essence of this Luther are rising from their bodies, and they're starting to swirl in the air as if dust had been sprayed, and any light you can see is slightly dimmed by this dust, and the black specks of dust that are coming off of Luther are jagged and dark, and every time one of these flecks of dust twirls, you see a sheen off of them, just quickly, a glint, and the soft, smooth light of this essence of this man lets off a slightly dim light themselves. The dust starts to swirl in the air and everything starts to get hazy around everyone. The world around you is starting to dim slightly.
Yeah,
You feel the dust collect together. You can see it binding one to the other. The flecks bind to the light dust.
Sorry. Let's take all of them.
Just have all of them.
Sorry, man. There you go.
Thank you.
You throw them at me again in 5 minutes.
Oh, I will.
5 minutes, I'm expecting 2.
Maybe.
Can you make it that long?
I'm trying to control myself for 5 minutes.
And the world goes hazy around you. The body of Luther now is dissolved completely, and all the dust is released in the air, and the body of the man is starting to slowly fade.
Do we still have the prisoner guy with us?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
back
next
in the
to
corner.
He's
He's over here. He's hiding out.
yeah, it was.
Okay.
Are we supposed to be leaving now?
So wait, you two are up on that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down by the body.
I'm gonna run and try to grab this gentleman and bring him close to you, so that we're
Together.
Grouped. I don't know what this is.
Okay.
He's just like,
Quick, come.
Let's go over here.
Come.
What's
Not sure.
happening?
Is it like feeling windy or weird or?
Feels off. There's no real word you can say to describe the feeling you're feeling right now. It just feels off.
I take my tail and I loop it around the ankle of the guy with the weird face tattoos.
Okay. As
Body?
you do, you
Yeah.
feel the ankle crumble and collapse and start disappearing where you touch. And as you touch it, you can now feel your tail looped around bone.
Don't touch dead things.
Okay.
Okay. So I stand up. I guess I stand up. If you guys are moving closer to me, I'll back over by you, and I'm going to tell you to grab a hold of my sword belt, and I'll pull it, and we'll walk out of here together.
Give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Straight 10.
Oh, no.
It's you this time.
I rolled a 1.
21.
I got 3.
Same thing as last time. You're all collected together. You're all making sure you're near one another. Were you all going over here to this side of the cliff?
Yeah.
Probably
I'll
trying
move
to help
over to
people
the
up.
side of the cliff. Oh, that's not you. That's you. You.
Yeah, my plan is to get everybody out if I can. So I'm moving over that way while Merritt hangs onto my sword belt.
I'm going to drop some rope down to you
You
guys.
drop some rope. You're all pretty focused. And a surprise round happens as you didn't even realize that this creature had stood up.
Which creature?
This man that you had stabbed in the face stood up, and he's now behind them. You look down, Garavon. You look down, Lorenzo, and you see the man creeping up behind them,
Sweet.
ready to attack. Roll your initiative.
All right.
Well then.
Did I call you Lorenzo?
Yes.
Okay. Good job, me.
8.
I have a question. Is your initiative roll? What is that? The skill check, a save? You know what I mean?
It's an ability check.
It is? Okay, cool. All right, 6.
So, like, bards get half their proficiency on it.
Right, that makes sense. 6.
Same as, like, counterspell.
Yeah, okay.
Did you roll twice, Garavon?
No. I rolled once. 9. So not much
Not
better.
much of an improvement.
5.
Wow, guys. Wow. Just wow.
Hey, I've rolled 3 21s today. With
19.
Hey!
No, 2
Although
21s.
this is still Artigan's card because I haven't made one for Lorenzo.
Who's going to die? Sorry, Lorenzo.
Oh.
Be the friends that as we get Artigan back.
I think it's more likely
That's
I'll be
good thinking.
making another character.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I'm down.
Just repeatedly kill off all my characters.
Yeah.
No, we don't want that.
We just don't want to kill Art again.
You look
Lorenzo.
down. Alright, Josh.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is so loud and crazy.
What
You're
are
right.
you doing?
I don't know. I just saw
I'm just
that
gonna
and
take
used
all
it.
of these
I'm
and throw them.
I'm
You're gonna
having
be
a ADHD moment today. This morning is drill.
amazing.
Yeah, alright, go ahead.
This creature is now pouncing on the one that stabbed
Okay.
right in the face.
Sweet.
It is a surprise round, so you may take a reaction after your turn If you have one.
Spend your turn clearing surprise, right?
Spend your turn not being surprised. Let me look this up real quick.
Next time I'll just take his head off.
Can't be so paranoid, man. We didn't know this.
It's like the new thing. I can see me never want to touch a card again. Like it's a card, poke with a sword.
Right?
You see the
Burn everything.
creature reach out to claw you.
Oh god. Now it's how long has it been since the fight? Has it been long?
It's been a bit,
How long is the bit?
like 10 or so minutes.
Okay. Cool.
The first claw grabs you by the pauldron and tries to rip it off, but nothing happens. The second claw,
I'm like, what the oh
and actually he would have advantage on surprise, I believe. Anyone got that handy, that sheet of surprise?
I didn't know it was
I
there
thought
and
it
I'm
was
surprised he has advantage.
So the second hit hits with a 23.
Yeah, and if it's been
First
2 minutes
hit
since the
missed.
fight, then yes.
Okay. So the claw reaches through this time, and you can feel it grab onto your neck and rake down. You feel some scrapes, and you will take...
It's GM payback.
It's not GM.
It's genius.
You will take 6 necrotic damage,
Oh, that's awesome.
and give me a Constitution saving throw.
23?
Oh yeah, you definitely make the save,
I take 3 necrotic damage.
and you can feel it trying to drain away your essence, much like the essence has been swirling in the air.
Okay.
You turn around, and this creature is starting to get up.
Oh shit.
Fudge.
It is not an actual Etten. This creature is gigantic, however. Well, not gigantic. It is large. And it has a head that's been melded into the side of its body here and mutated and flattened for most part. The nose is flattened and squashed against the body. And a head on this side, much the same and not symmetrical. They're a little off. And the skin is much darker than it was and slightly more decayed. Its arms are not truly arms. They reach down on the floor and they seem limp, and the tentacle at the end of the arm is just loosely coiled on the floor. It starts to rise as well.
Well,
Go ahead if anyone has any reactions. Otherwise, we're going back to the top.
We're going back to the top.
I got no reactions.
Lorenzo, you see all this happening. You see the large creature. You see this thing in front of Delaron that has just raked him across the neck.
And what was that thing? Was that the tattooed guy?
It was the tattooed guy.
Is it still look the same?
He looks much the same, except the skin is now sallow. There's a big gash in his face and his cheek right here where a sword had gone through, and you can see that half the teeth over here are shattered. The hair is falling out as we speak. As he's moving around, it's just falling down off his face, and the scalp's peeling up.
Let's see, I will shoot him twice in the head.
Who?
The guy behind Delaron.
Okay. So you shoot the one that's on Delaron twice. Roll to hit.
Let's see. That's a 16 to hit.
That is enough.
And the second arrow is 16 to hit, same thing.
That is enough.
That's hell yeah. Let's go.
So
I'm in some shit.
14 damage and 18 damage.
Finish him.
Thanks, man.
What?
I mean, 2 solid shots. Good job.
I shoot him in the head twice.
I'll put 1 arrow in and then split the arrow with the second one.
Classic.
Nice. The first arrow hits him in the collarbone. And it shakes around a little and looks up at you as the second arrow splits the first arrow down the middle and splits it to the side and goes to the same spot. And when it hits with a slight force, and the thing is thrown back and on its back and shrieks. It's like, ah! When it hits the ground.
Let's go. That's my turn.
Oh, this creature will go. Well, let's just drop him down right there. And it moves in an unnatural way. You haven't seen it move yet. It doesn't seem like it walks. It just glides over the ground, and the tentacles drag behind it. They start uncoiling and raising in the air, and they start striking like serpents. First Delaron.
Yep. I go splash. Is that correct?
No, it's not a crit. It's a 19.
Oh, okay. I mean, it hits me.
That one hits you.
Can it put a hole in me and then tickle the guy behind me again? That's
Actually,
great.
it's going to hit you first.
I'm going to drop.
For 17 damage, piercing,
Yep.
and you are grappled.
I am ragdoll.
The tentacle is now through your body, and you can feel that harpoon-like claw kind of grabbing onto you, and you feel the strength of this creature slightly pulling on your body and pulling through your body.
Yeah, when it goes, I'm like, oh,
Nice.
and it's like got me on its weird tentacle limb. I hope it uses me to beat up my friends.
Make a wisdom save. As you're going down, you are unconscious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Not a way to start.
I had 1 hit point at the end of the last fight. I laid on hands for the 14 I had left, and that was
true.
it. That's all the health I had. So, we'll say, I roll 1. I botch it. It eats my mind. I don't know what happens. Something horrible happens to me.
Wow. You...
Wait, what was it supposed to do? Can I make it extra awesome?
I'm going to make it extra awesome.
Okay, that's good. Extra awesome me.
You're right next to it, but it lifts you up off the ground. And you are now right near it, and you feel, well, you don't feel, you guys see it pull it close to him. And you can see some of Delaron's essence now starting to fleck off of his body, just like you had seen on Luther, and it is being drugged towards him. Take
a fail?
Take a failed death save. It's not a melee attack.
Okay, I fail a death save.
And you are out.
So it's like sucking my awesome out.
Go ahead, Garavon.
Okay. Don't want it after that one.
Don't let it eat my awesome.
I guess I'm gonna plug it twice. I'm not gonna use sharpshooter this round though. So, first shot is a roll for 28.
That is a hit.
Yeah, second roll, natural 20.
And you said you are or not using sharpshooter?
I'm not using sharpshooter.
So it's a hit and a crit. Good job.
But I only get, nothing's attacked this yet.
Well, when you roll for the crit damage, you get the extra D8 because it's already been hurt after
well,
your first shot, right?
Correct.
Has it also been hurt because it's just been revived? Is it full hit points or?
Right, he's like the new evil.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
Well, it increases its damage.
Yeah,
It
I
looks-
need to know.
Oh, yes, it is hurt.
Oh, okay, so I get 2d8.
As it rose, you could see that it was slightly decrepit. And not the exact same when it rose. It didn't look like
This is not a
had.
fiend, is it?
It is not a fiend.
Okay, so 2d8 plus 6, because it's injured. Ugh. 5 and 6 is 11. And
Is that double ones on the crit?
yep.
Sweet.
It happens.
2 and 6 is 8.
So, what was the first one?
11.
11 and 8.
Did you double that? So it'd be
Oh.
4 plus 6?
Oh, 4 plus 6, so 10. Sorry, 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never liked me anyways, it's alright.
That's horrible.
I love it.
Did more damage on your non-crit.
Right. What a piece of shit. I should get 3 dice. Right?
No.
Maybe Hunter's
What do you
Mark,
mean,
get a
no?
third die.
I don't even have Hunter's Mark right now, though. Well, I suppose
You
it.
could have moved it. It's up to an hour.
Oh, shoot.
On your bonus action, you can move around.
Well, my bonus action would be to make sure this guy has Hunter's Mark on it then.
Delaron, go ahead and make a death save.
Are you going to hide it for everybody? Because that was really fun when you do that last time.
I will do it then.
Well, no one can see it.
Do you want to know what
I
it is?
can.
Well, here. You want to...
I rolled over here.
Okay, I'll roll over here. Alright.
I can see it.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
You are in a house, a cabin. It is light inside. There's some torches lit, and you turn around and you're face to face with Tarvis Greenfellow. He's looking down at you, and you're looking up at him. He is a large man, a general of the army that you were with.
Yeah, he's my family friend that was my paladin mentor.
He was your mentor at one point in your life.
And he's dead.
You don't know.
I think he's dead.
You think he's dead.
I'm like, Tarvis, what are you doing here? What am I doing here?
You try to talk, you try to say those exact words, and you're thrown back into this memory of your past, into your mind, in a scene that you remember clear as day, the day you left the party. And as you try to say those words, you don't. You actually say the same things you had said that
Do you want
day.
to say it? I can say
Yes,
it if you want. It's
say
kind
it.
of fun. It's also sort of horrible. Where's my backstory?
It's in the back.
It's in the back. Backstory's in the back. Oh, yeah, it's up here. Oh, is it not in my folder anymore?
No, we should have these things that keep us.
Oh, here we go.
organized.
Here we go.
Called a binder with paper in it.
I
Yeah.
got it. So, General, we cannot be bound by the rules of honorable combat. The enemy has no such compunctions. They will stop at nothing to ensure the destruction of all we hold dear. We must be as ruthless as they are if we have any chance of victory. We cannot stand in the defensive. Then he says,
Says, Delaron, Paladin, you are a rash man. Do you not realize that?
he's not following the script.
Yeah, he is.
No. Oh, kind of he is, yeah. Never mind.
Do I have to say it word for word?
No, that's fine.
You're gonna make me say it word for word?
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
That's a little more dice.
Go ahead. Just do your thing. Just do your thing.
If we resort to the tactics that Magnus has used on us, we are no better than him. No, we will stay on the defensive. Our cause is right and just, and our faith will see us through.
Faith did not save the towns that we have seen so far fall to his sword. The enemy is gobbling up our territory one bite at a time. The people you have sworn to defend are being slain, their lands laid waste, their children dragged off in chains, and you telling us to hold back to preserve what? Our own righteousness? The purity of our own souls?
He looks at you and you see an anger in his face, an anger you have never seen before. You remember him from when you were a child, from when you were a young Delaron. You weren't a paladin at the time, you were helping your father in your cooper shop, and he always had a smile on his face and he had good words to say to you. This is not that same man. Do not undervalue righteousness, Delaron. And he quiets. Or your soul.
General, with all due respect, if my soul is the price for keeping these people safe, then so be it.
And everything fades away in the black, and you feel your body pulse. Go ahead, Merritt. Your friend is now in the air, stuck on a tentacled spike, being waved around like a doll.
I begin. Thankfully, we're all grouped up. I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word and give everyone, all of us, including the prisoner, 6 points.
Everyone here gains 6 hit points.
Don't need to take it because we're awesome.
You haven't been hurt yet.
Ridiculous. All right. And then I am going to step. Well, before I step, I'm going to cast Firebolt at the big tentacle bad.
There you go.
Ooh, and a good one. Plus 7 on that, so 24.
That is a hit.
So that's 2d10, 4, and 9, so 13 fire damage, and I am wreathed in flame.
Okay. The fire starts to singe some of that decrepit flesh, and you see some of it start to peel back as if it's just being burned. Well, it is being burned off of its body, and the creature is like looks over at you, and you see the tentacles now waving wildly in the air. Delaron on one end of one.
Am I awake yet?
You are awake.
Oh,
But
sweet.
you didn't get a turn.
That's fine. So come around like, oh, this is horrible. Like hanging out of the tentacle.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lorenzo.
I'm going to try to shoot the tentacle. Trying to remember if this is C or not. I won't risk it. I'll do both of them normal shot, not sharpshooter.
I was gonna hope you did sharpshooter so it's like.
Just do both shots.
I'll kill it, guys. Kill it.
So 25 to hit and a 12 to hit.
So the first is a hit. This is a sharpshooter?
No,
Okay. The first is still a hit.
17 damage.
17 damage as your arrow goes through the flesh and you hear it hit like a wet pumpkin. And it slurps into it, and the creature looks at you, looks at everyone individually. You see the eyes of both heads now darting around the room. And the tentacle whips up into a frenzy and goes to stab Merritt. And at the start of its turn, everyone make a wisdom save that's near it, within 5 feet of it.
If you guys are close enough
So
to
just
me,
you and Delaron.
if you're within 10 feet, so you're going to get +3 to your save.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I might have.
You don't need to roll. You're not within 5 feet of it.
Let's see what my save is.
I want to roll anyway to see.
Doesn't matter.
Dang.
Did you waste a 20? That'd be fun.
No.
He wasted a 3.
I wasted a
13.
3. Boom.
That's with his bonus.
Yeah. The +3 is affected by my -1.
23.
However, remember I have a ring that may also play a role.
Yep. You also, this is going to be your one reminder in a mini of games. You have an ability that you haven't used for a very long time.
Yeah, the favored by the gods.
Correct.
Because I don't believe it.
Because you don't what?
Ow! That hurt a little. Okay.
Don't believe in the gods.
So,
That's the joke. I just usually forget that I have it.
Oh,
that
okay.
hurts. That hurts. You too. Did you make it?
I don't know. I got to roll the 23.
Oh, yeah, you made it.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you tell me if I made it or not?
You did not make it.
Okay. Well, then I'll use my
Okay.
2d4 to see if 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
You do make it.
That's 8.
So take 11 psychic damage, halved.
Oh, so I have 1 hit point left. Woo!
Wow. The
Because 11 half is 5, right? We're running down? Or
round down.
Oh, sweet.
You hear screams and screeches in your mind again. That same
God.
scream you heard when you were hanging these slaves off the tree. It brings you back. All these memories come rushing back every time this creature attacks you guys. Merritt, you hear the screams of... You're not actually sure. Give me a religion check.
13.
13. You hear the screams of tortured souls. For a second, to you, feels like an eternity. In this one moment, you're transported into another world. And you're looking around this world and you see red. You see a red sky. You see scorched ground. And you see these creatures wriggling across the landscapes everywhere you can see. Give me another religion check.
12.
12. These creatures are fleshy bags of monster. You can't really tell what they are, and as they move, they just pseudopod their fat stomach that drags across the ground. They claw their ways across the ground, and you can hear every once in a while one of them screeches out of nowhere, a scream of pain. And you see this man. The man is a relative word. You see this devil. He has pink horns that come up about this tall, and he has this chalk white skull-like face. And he looks down at one of these creatures. The hollows of his eyes are black voids. He's wearing dark red, majestic looking robes. He reaches down to one of these creatures. You are coming with me. And as he says that, he reaches down and rends this creature asunder, just in one shot, and it screams, and the scream fades. And he walks over to another creature and he touches one, just like the same creature you had seen rended in two, and it dissolves to the ground in a puddle of flesh and ooze. And you can see this happening as if you're there. You feel it as if you're there. And he's starting to walk in a wide circle around this landscape. In the far off distance, you see the rib cages of some creature that had been gigantic, reaching up out of the ground like claws, like spikes. He makes a wide circle and he looks down at you and he looks into your face, into your eyes, and you know that he's talking to you. Give me a religion check.
14.
This is Gaziel. You know who Gaziel is. Gaziel he's not an archdevil, but he is a very powerful devil. And he roams the 9 hells. He looks down at you. You are a soul I have not met before. And he reaches down and you feel the fingers reach around your neck. And as he touches you, he looks down and his face contorts weirdly. You're different. You're a cut above the rest. I only promote the lowest to great strengths, those that show true merit. And he reaches down and touches you, and you reach up, and for the first time you see your little fleshy hand, your little fleshy arm, that same arm of these creatures that carpet the floor, reaches up towards him, and everything fades black.
Origin story. I was a pseudopod.
Cardigan. Lorenzo.
Okay. Origin story. I was a pseudopod.
Lorenzo, what do you do?
I just took my turn to shoot him, I believe, didn't I?
You did shoot him, but
Did
everyone go?
No.
That was him.
I didn't get a
Caraval.
chance either.
Boom. We're gonna sharpshooter
Sorry,
this
the
guy.
story's going on. It gets a little distracting. Go ahead.
Me?
You.
Oh. Okay, great. We're gonna sharpshooter this guy. We're gonna find out if it works. So here we go. 2 plugs. 5 and 6 is 11. 3 and 6 is 9. Don't do sharpshooter.
The arrow sinks into its fleshy mass, and you see it just kind of like bounce off of it, basically. It's like, and it falls to the ground and clatters. Ting, 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 ting. I guess it never attacked.
Yeah, it did.
No, that was just a scream for standing next to it.
Alright, well. That wasn't its turn?
No, well, it's on its turn, but it's not its attack.
Alright.
Got a little distracted. The tentacle comes flying out at you, Garabon.
Of course it does.
You are a lucky, lucky tiefling, as it rolls a total of 9. And then it strikes again,
Oh.
as it rolls a total of 25.
That's just barely enough to hit.
The tentacle first hits against the stone right behind you as it reaches around, bow, hits against the wall. And then the second strike, and you feel it gut you.
It does feel kind of like that.
Only 14 damage.
That's not bad. I'll take that.
And it pushes you against the wall. You hear it again hit stone because it has gone all the way through your body. Go ahead, Delron.
I need to get off its arm. So is the arm that's pinning him to the wall is going through me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to smite it off me. I'm gonna try to cut through it in front of me.
All right.
With a smite. Do I have disadvantage because I'm dangling in the air?
Correct. You are restrained. You can spend your action trying to get off.
I'll pass instead of action trying to get off.
Does anyone have any magical way to get me off?
It takes more than an action.
Yeah, right?
Are you sure?
Alright, I will attempt to smite my way free. Let's see if I can hit it. Attack number 1, disadvantage. Nope, that's a no. That's a 12.
Attack number 2.
No?
No, that's enough.
No. Alright, so I'm like, and I try to swing back down. How about 17?
That is enough. You cut down
Okay, so
on
the
this
first time
tentacle.
Use my last spell slot.
Roll your
Smite.
damage. So you're using your last spells.
This is my last
This
one.
is it.
Yeah, this is after this I'm tapped
For all
out.
the money.
I have 1 hit point left. It's time.
Sounds like time.
Yeah. So 3d8 plus 7.
Did you count the 5 I gave to everybody?
5. Yeah. No, you gave us all 6, right?
6, whatever else.
You chewed through 5 of them with the scream.
Oh.
And 1 left. And I was... Yay!
Wow,
8
nice.
8 is 16, plus 7 is 23, plus 7 is 30. Boom. So I'm like, get off me, smite!
The tentacle is cut clean, and you slide off, and from the end of the tentacle, the barbs are now gone that are holding you in place, and your whole body collapses to the ground. You're not going to take damage because you're pretty close to the ground.
Okay.
And you hit, but you are prone.
Does that mean that the tentacle that's in him, though, that was going through me, is sliced?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's now dangling in
Fucking
you,
real.
but the barbs are still at the back, gripping on.
Yeah. Okay, so I fall down prone, like, ugh.
You can still attack.
I did my 2
Oh, that
attacks.
was your 2
I
attacks?
missed, and then I
Okay.
hit.
Go ahead, Merritt. You snap back to
Did
reality.
you get to stand up?
I could stand up using half my movement.
You, just to make sure I'm
I will stand up.
doing this right, you said in that instance it felt like an eternity.
It felt like an eternity. It
Like-
felt like your entire life had passed many, many times.
Wait, I have a question before you take your turn. Do I still get can I get a bonus turn on my turn? A bonus action? Yeah.
That's all on your turn.
Oh, sweet. Then I shield bash his knees and try to drop him.
You stand
Does it
up.
have-
Stand
That's
up.
the movement.
And then, what's up?
Does it have knees?
I don't know.
Do you have disadvantage on large creatures?
I think it works with large, but not anything bigger. Anything bigger, I just can't do it.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
You find that out. Merritt, your questions while he's doing that.
Yeah.
I was just going to... I mean, if I've had 15 years of life here and then spend...
You don't feel
15
like
and
you've
15
gained
and
an
15 and
eternity
15
of
and
knowledge.
15.
You don't feel like you've gained an eternity of anything. but torture.
But would it be
screaming? But souls dying and being rended asunder.
I guess what I'm asking, am I mentally aware of where I am, or is this like coming back here after
You are
hundreds of years?
It's not like you actually passed the time.
Okay.
It's just a memory's worth.
Just the memory of the time passing? Okay. That's different. I will... I was not 100% sure on that one. Okay, so I am going to pull up my spell book. First things first, it's Firebolt, because...
So your spell is Firebolt.
Yep. My main action, Firebolt, for a +7, 18.
That is a hit. You throw fire at this creature.
7 and 6, so 13 damage.
It goes
fire.
through one of the rotted spots in its body, and you see the fire inside it start to take hold and rip it a little bit on the insides. And the fire spreads out, and you can see some of it exit his back.
And I'm going to cast a first level healing word on Delaran as I step between the two of them to get 8 hit points.
Thanks. I have no idea if I can. I think I can push fire.
You step between them?
Yep.
And they're up against each other, and there's this dead, wretched man right in the way as well, so you can't technically step between Delaran and the creature.
So I swan dive into him.
Into
I'm
me?
trying, no, into the big creature.
I mean, you're on the ground level. What do you mean you swan
I'm trying
dive?
to draw his attention away from consistently beating him to death.
Gotcha.
So I'm all lit in flame, and I jump at him.
Oh,
Use my
because you're
motion.
lit on fire.
Yeah.
I
And if
see.
he hits
you're
me, he takes
wreathed
more.
in flame.
Every time I cast a fire spell.
Okay. The swan dive threw me slightly,
Yep.
but that's fine.
Oh, there's no
Yeah, when I
automatic
couldn't step,
advantage
I just-
or disadvantage based on size.
Just kind of got
Ever?
into it.
That's what it's saying. I hear in this form that I'm reading, but I can't find it anywhere else.
What does the ability say?
It says I shove them. It doesn't say anything about how big or small they can be. It just says I can use one to
We'll
actually
do
shove
more
them.
research on it. I would probably start imposing. I mean, you can't do it to a dragon.
No, I don't think so. I thought that I couldn't do it to anything bigger than large, but I didn't find that.
Yeah, we'll have to just figure it out as we go. No biggie. For this one, shield bash the guy.
Okay. I shield bash him. For 16. Yeah, so yeah, roll off.
He does not make it, so he collapses to the ground. One of his legs gives way.
The target of your shove must be no more than one size larger than you. That's
Oh, well,
it.
there you
So
go.
if it's bigger than large, I can't do it. Okay.
Correct.
So I prone him.
You prone him on the ground. Now he's on the tentacles, on his knees. Well, the tentacle, because you cut one off, and one of his faces is smushed against the stone. You can see it like.
I'm like, take that, boom face. I don't say that, but
Peckerhead.
all right.
We're bringing it back.
Lorenzo. It's
I'm
on
sorry,
the
I have
ground.
disadvantage.
You don't have disadvantage because you're above it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, nice.
You're shooting down at a prone target. I don't think that would technically be prone to you because you can see its full body.
That's cool.
Question is sharpshooter or not sharpshooter?
Garavan just told you not sharpshooter.
That is true. But I feel like I should do the opposite of what Garavan says.
Now we're in a war. I already thought you were a nerd, Lorenzo. Now you're just going to be a nerd asshole.
I think he's just mad that you're outshining him sometimes.
I know. Yes.
I'll do sharpshooter. Why not?
There you go. Why not?
Let's see. So first one is a 17. Second one is a 14.
First one is a hit.
Okay, fine.
21 damage.
21 damage as the arrow sinks into one of its faces that's still looking up at you. And you see it's like, it can barely move its head because it's so squashed into its body. And it looks up at you.
I don't think I've used my action to surge.
No. You have
So
not used your
I'll
action
go, ahead
surge.
I'll go ahead and do that now.
Go ahead and action surge.
2 more sharpshooters.
Jesus, how do you do that?
Fighter ability.
Is that a feat?
It's a fighter,
Fighter.
ability.
You could multi into fighter and get it.
You don't want
So-
a fighter.
14 and 22 to hit.
14 is a miss. 22 is a hit.
It might be
So 23 damage.
23 damage as the second one hits him in the face again. You now see black ichor spilling out of the wounds, and it's not just oozing, it is spilling out of the wounds across its body, and you see a slight spray.
Okay, and that's my turn.
It stands up, pushes with that tentacle back onto its feet, and it looks wobbly and it looks woozy, and the tentacle goes flying through the air, and it looks like the powerful... You ever been smacked by the tail of a large dog?
Yeah.
It's much more powerful than that as it comes through the air and goes to hit you. For a 22.
That'll hit.
And again. No, it just hits you, actually. And then when it hits you, take... 28 damage, piercing, as it goes through your body. It's the best 48 I've ever rolled. And give me a wisdom save. Does he have pluses?
Who?
Lorenzo?
He does. Are you
He's
within...
20 feet above you.
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That is a 10 minus 1 is 9.
Suck, dude. Is he doing the scream again? Is that what's happening to us?
No, he has the tentacle pierced through Lorenzo.
Oh, yeah, that's never good.
Damn.
Yes. Yes, kill Lorenzo.
Take 19 damage, psychic.
Poor Lorenzo. Sorry.
He's got bow envy over here.
I do have a little bow envy. He's good.
And when it hits you, Lorenzo, you are transported to another land, another world, another place. A place you're not familiar with, a place you haven't been that you ever remember, because you, Lorenzo, don't remember anything. You have lost your memories purposely to become a Magnus Slayer. The land you're transported to, you're sitting on a horse. It's a large Clydesdale, and you're fully armored. You're in rank with 100 other Dragonborn. And you're not a Dragonborn, you're the only man in these ranks, and you see another rider ride past, and he's given a speech, a very amazing rallying speech, and as he rides past you, you see the face of the bronze Dragonborn, Magnus. He's given a rallying speech to everyone here, and as he does, all the Dragonborn in the ranks start to cheer. Your horse steps forward and turns around, and you start cheering as well. You start raising your fist as he's screaming, and all of them are looking at you. You're looking at them. You are also rallying the troops alongside Magnus as he rides past. And they're transported back into this world. And you're now being lifted up and off the floor of the cavern. And you're about to be swung around the room. The ceiling is 20 feet high this way and 20 feet down from where you're at. Garavon.
That wasn't anybody else's.
We're gonna plug him twice again. And he does have Hunter's Mark, but that doesn't give me any
Gives you damage bonus.
damage bonus. That's it, though. Natural 20. Damn it. I should have sharpshooter. Huh?
That is a hit.
All right, that's first one. Second one is 7 and 11 is 18.
Sharpshooter doesn't get more damage because when you
I
hit,
didn't
it's just the dice.
I did.
The dice double. So they're 2d8s and your d6, right? The hunter's mark.
Well, he's not used to that kind of formula anyways.
Sure.
We are, because that was past editions.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't. I said it doesn't.
2d8 plus d6. 6 and 6 is 12.
Oh, you double that from the crit, right?
Oh.
Double the dice.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 6. Double is 6. 12 plus 6 is 18.
18.
So the first shot is 18.
18. And
It hits in the face. This face is now being peppered with arrows. You see it looking like a pincushion.
okay.
Your second shot, how much damage?
13 and 6 is 19.
Finish him.
I split the arrow.
Which arrow?
The Lorenzo's. So my first one goes in, and then the second one, or my second one goes through the one that split Lorenzo's arrow,
Wow.
and it just whatever.
So
Better than Lorenzo.
aims true, shoots down into the arrow that Lorenzo had split in two. This arrow splits this arrow in two, and the arrow that had already been split now it flies off of his body, forced out of the wound, and this one goes through the creature all the way in. You see the feathers at the end disappear into the flesh. It
And how's Lorenzo look right now?
Well, give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? 16.
16. You're going to take half the damage as the tentacle flies up in the air, bounces you off the wall here, and then slams to the ground. So take 14 divided by 2.
So 7.
Take 7 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground. Your body hits like a sack of potatoes hard against the stone. You feel the plate slightly crush as it hits the ground.
Just put one thumb up.
It gives you guys the thumbs up.
And I look at Lorenzo and I just laugh. Caravan!
And that concludes the battle.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
What do you all do?
I'm like super sore because I have a second tentacle hole in my body. I had one before, now I have 2. I'm like, oh, we should leave.
I go over to Lorenzo and I say, and that's how it's done. And I help him up.
Okay. Use second wind to get some health back here quick.
The prisoner is cowering back against the wall, trying to stay out of sight, out of mind. He's looking around, his eyes are wide.
Let's get out of
Come
here,
here, buddy.
before
Let
it
me
gets-
tie you off so we can haul you up this little cliff and we can leave.
What's going on?
We're leaving. Come on.
Where are we? Who are you?
We are in a horrible place full of monstrous things that we're going to try to save you from. Listen, here's the deal. King of Riverstorm told us that we have to come here and save you from these guys that are trying to drag you off someplace horrible.
Yeah, why was Luther with you?
I'm going to lie to him, so if you want me to roll my deception, I will.
We've been lost down here for a while.
We know the way out. Come on. We gotta
We
go.
knew the way out too. We never made it.
Well, we're going to make it.
I don't. Okay.
Can we go back the way we came?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Wouldn't we have to scale that empty with the rails? How are we going to scale that?
We'll figure out when we get there.
Okay.
Alright, fine. So I'll tie him off to the rope and I'll give him my hands to get up the thing. Someone pull him up.
I'll give him a pull.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, again.
I'll give him a
Quick tug.
Yep.
Okay.
He grabs onto the rope with all his life and all his strength, and you can see that his strength somewhat waned. He is not very strong right now.
So
He
I'll tie
looks
the rope around him.
like a mess. And if the rumors are true that this man was once a general of Magnus's armies, and if the rumors are true from your memories that this man was once trained to be a battle mage, not in your same class, but the same as you, he does not show any sign of that. He is a broken man.
Come on, let's get you out of here.
He's got short, trimmed blonde hair, and he's baby face smooth, shaved, and you wouldn't think that of a prisoner, well groomed for the most part. Well, actually, he's got a little ruggedness going on. He's been down here for a while. We're going back to Riverstorm. I don't want to go back.
Why
Do I
not?
have to go back?
Why don't you want to go back?
I don't want to spend the rest of my days locked away.
What do you mean?
Keep asking me the same questions over and over, and I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. I don't remember who I was.
Okay, shh.
Well,
You're right.
you're a lot safer in Riverstorm than you are down here with the monsters. So let's do it. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah, so let's just get you out of the mine, then we'll talk about what's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of share a look with you guys. I'm like,
I sure look back and
yeah, like, I'm not really cool with
like that.
I'm like, yeah, I don't feel good at locking this guy up, but we'll walk him out of the mine anyways.
He rides the rope to the top of the cavern floor that's 20 feet above you. He grips on to the floor, and when he grips on, the edge of the cavern crumbles away under his fingers, just and he falls,
Good thing he's tied off
Shortly.
on the rope.
and the rope catches him. He's now swinging midair, and he's like,
Pull him up, man.
I'll pull him up.
you pull him up. Doesn't take much of your strength. You don't have too much trouble. And he hugs you tight like a baby. He grabs onto you and he gets up and he doesn't let go.
Okay, all right, dude. All right, yeah, back off a little bit. Back off a little bit. We're
He
good.
grips on.
I don't like this. I gotta help these other guys up, and I just kind
I
of
don't need help getting out. You're okay. Stick with
here.
him.
Why don't you go?
No, just stay with him. It's all right. He needs some hugs, man.
Everyone else makes their way up.
Yeah, I'll just climb up.
Yeah, I'll make sure everyone. Yeah, I'll make sure everyone else gets up.
You guys are now helping everyone up. Delaron and Merritt, you're the last two down there.
So if we're the last ones down there, before we go up, I'm gonna whisper to you for a second. Like, I don't feel very
Don't whisper though. You're
Oh,
whispering.
I'm whispering. Ready? I don't feel really good about turning this guy over if they're just gonna lock him away forever. I feel like that's not super. I don't know. I feel like it's not a good thing to do, right? And like, not that I'm always really concerned about the goodest thing to do, but I just don't feel good about it. So I don't know, man.
Sometimes you make me a little proud, Delaran.
I'll try to make a habit of it.
Let's just get out of these caves.
Okay.
But I can't imagine imprisoning someone for not having a memory.
Here's where I ruin it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, if we have to turn this guy in and leave him in prison for the rest of his life, I'd rather just, give him a quick exit.
Let's get him out of the cave.
Right, okay, let's get him out of the cave.
Yeah. This guy has plot point written all over him. Don't do that.
For sure. But I just wanted to make sure that at some point in the conversation, my morality diverged from yours.
Well, you don't want him killing both plot points?
Kill all the plot points.
Kill all you want. I don't care.
Sure you do. Don't become apathetic. Once you lose hope, it's not as fun anymore. Right?
You hurt me, I'll hurt you back.
I mean, that's what you've been doing.
Good. Then I'm doing my job.
Sweet. All right, let's get out of here.
Give me a perception check. Merit. Actually, everyone.
It gets
Except Delaron, sorry.
Oh, except Delaron, okay.
I see it.
24.
Let's see. Oh, yes. -1. 16.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Natural 20.
22.
Thank God. Thank God.
As this rope is being pulled up along this edge of this cavern floor that juts outward, and the wall is indented from the edge, you see that as this rope has been being pulled and moved and pulled, one person after another, it's starting to carve a indentation into the edge of this cavern floor, into the stone. It's carving itself, and it's carving the stone away. That is not natural. You go to pick at the stone a little, and part of it just chips off immediately from your finger. You look around, you three that are up top, and the time that you got stabbed up against the wall by this tentacle, there is a large indentation where this thing had stabbed through you and stabbed against the wall, and stone is carved away. And that's not natural.
I need to pull myself up to the ledge. I'd like to try that. I know that's going to be weird because I'm going to have to put my hands on it and snap.
So you're going to grab onto the ledge?
To climb up? Yes.
For your last little bit, you grab onto the ledge, and one chunk as you grab, and it pulls off the edge, and it doesn't just pull in one solid, straight cut, as stone sometimes chips away. There's finger marks from where you grab it. You're pretty strong. And when you grab this stone, there's slight indentations of where you crush it before the whole thing snaps off.
Are you ahead of me or behind me?
Behind you. That's when he gets rolled, because I'm still on the floor.
Okay. So I'm gonna just hold onto the rope. Hey guys, pull me the rest of the way up. Please.
Sure, but this is not a fun ride for you.
No. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay, well... Okay, fine. And I start pulling.
So like, come on guys. I'm waiting down here.
When I get up to the top, is that enough to get me up?
Yeah, they pull you up.
Okay.
You're not heavy, even though you're really strong. You're still merit. You still have the framework of an 8 strength merit.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I noticed it when I was getting bashed into the wall with a tentacle. I mean, there's my indentation right there.
Did you notice any of this earlier?
No.
I'm just gonna draw a circle in the floor.
So it doesn't just cut away as you touch it. If you want to really put pressure down onto it, you can increase the pressure gradually until you go about full strength that you can. You see a slight carving, as if you're carving with a sharp stick or something, where the stone is not chipping away, but it's turning white.
Curious.
So I'm going to start climbing into there. If he's up, I'm going to start coming up.
Is the rope still down there?
Nope.
Well,
It's about to be.
you can give me a
But
climb
I
part
don't
way
know
up
what's
and then I'm gonna
happening.
hit you with
No
a
one's
rope.
telling me anything.
disadvantage.
And so I'm like, I can climb this.
It's going to be more than one. It's going to be a couple climb checks at disadvantage. Because this cliffside cavern wall slopes outward, and that slope is above you.
Okay.
There's not
You
a
have to
lot
do
of
the
great
jump and grab.
handholds, but there are some.
With disadvantage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you already have disadvantage.
Why?
Plate armor.
Just for stealthing, that's it.
No, for strength?
Nope.
Old edition.
Lost in 3.5.
That's like we thought that we were slower with it on, but we're not.
That's true.
So.
If you're not proficient with it, then you're slower.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So still disadvantage? I will still roll with disadvantage if you want me to. If it's like super.
Still disadvantage.
Okay, super horrible. All right, I try to climb it. No, I roll double 2s. I do not get off the ground.
Well, you do get partly up.
Oh, that's horse. That's horrible.
That's horse?
It's horse. It's so much horse.
You get halfway up and you grab onto this one handhold. It's one of the few handholds you can climb up this way. And as you grab on, it snaps off. And when it snaps off, you fall. Your whole body falls. You guys hear below you a crash as he takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, God.
The rope comes down.
I'm like, oh, man. What?
The rope hits you.
I'm like, oh, it's like in my face. I'm like, oh. All right.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I grab a hold of the rope and then I try to use the rope to climb up.
Okay. You climb up the rest of the way. They help haul you over this edge. And you're now all standing up here. Alive. Prisoner is huddled backwards. Garabon finally pried him off of him. And there's a quiet. Give me a perception check.
Everyone?
Everyone.
I did it. I messed you guys up this time. 4.
Okay.
I rolled 2.
So 23.
19 minus 1, 18.
We do not succeed as a group.
As a group, you succeed.
Oh, wow.
Nice job. Me and Hardigan.
These two are kind of looking at each other, Merritt and Delaron. The prisoner's huddled in the back. It's quiet for the moment. And you guys notice that it's quiet. The caverns that you know, the caverns that you remember, aren't quiet. Even though you don't see everything all the time, you hear the sounds of wind breezing through some of these passages. You hear the sounds of flapping from afar, bats flying away. You hear the sounds of water trickling downwards onto things. All the normal sounds of a cavern aren't there. Everything is silent. It's the first time you've heard complete silence for a while.
So it's almost like a deafening silence.
It's almost a deafening silence.
My sword.
As you pull your sword, you break the silence. Swing! The ringing rings out. Even that sounds slightly muffled.
I light my shield. Sure it's lit.
Your shield is lit. It was probably already lit.
Yeah, I think it was when I went in, so.
The light is slightly dimmer than what you remember. And now it's red because you've learned you can do that.
I'm like, that's great.
So, leading the way?
Yep, let's get out of here.
And you start walking back towards the main corridor where the mine tracks are laid. And you get to the mine tracks. Anything you guys want to do while you're traveling?
I needed to sit down for a little bit at some point. I can't just walk straight out. I'm really hurt and I have no no things left to heal myself, or unless I just sit and rest for a short rest.
Well, maybe we should take a short rest then, man.
I don't want a short rest here because last time that I thought those things were dead, they weren't. So I'd like to go a little bit.
Absolutely.
But then I want to stop and rest.
All right. Well, let's hurry up so we can rest.
Okay.
You guys, so you're gonna go all the way to the tracks then rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Get to the main corridor where the tracks are laid, and you look and you can see they are still there, but they look a little different. The metal looks slightly rusted and old and aged, and the wood seems to have aged as well in a lot of ways. Some of it's splitting apart, and there's some wood that's lifting upward and just ever so slightly it's warped.
Feels like straight up different than it was.
It's not the same.
That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna sit here.
And you guys sit down for a short rest.
I keep my sword out though.
You guys have now gone through this cavern. You found the prisoner you're here to rescue. You're back on track, quite literally, because you found the mine tracks. And you take a short rest. And you get a short rest. You get the full rest in.
Sweet.
You can roll your hit dice if you have any left.
I got
let's
35
see.
back.
How do I roll my hit dice again? Teach me.
Did you add your con mod to each one?
I did, but I only had 4 hit dice instead of 6.
So what do you get
Something
for every
Level.
yeah, level? What is
These are
ranger?
D10s.
Yeah.
D10s. So you roll a D10?
You can roll as many as you want.
Yeah, we'll
Up to
do
your
one at a
level.
time.
Up to my level, and I'm level 6.
Yep. So you get 9 plus your con mod. Your con mod is 1, so you get 10 hit points back, and then
For
you can
that
do
one. And you can do that 6
So
times.
10, so I'm at 32. And I rolled 12, so I'm back full now.
Okay.
You've used 2 hit dice.
2 hit dice. All right. Great deal.
Remember that because at a long rest,
Right.
you get half of your level. So you would get 3 back.
Right.
Okay.
So if you use,
Great.
if you keep
Great.
keep your use under that level, then you're always stocked and ready for the really bad day.
All right.
Which is not what I do, but it's a good thing to do. I've used all my hit dice at this point, so
You are hurting.
I am hurting. Yeah.
You guys have other resources. You don't have to go wounded if you choose.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have quite a few potions at some point. Maybe
I have a potion.
Maybe they're all gone. I remember Artigan took the bag with him when he left, so maybe there's a lot of potions in that bag of holding.
I had a potion of water breathing in that bag of holding that I really wanted to use when the town flooded,
Well,
but
that's
it
too
was
bad.
already gone. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Thanks for that, asshole. Yeah. No. Because we got potions from those guys inside the city, so I have one potion from them. Right.
So if you want to use it, you can, but you don't have to.
Nah. I'm not going to. I want to use my thing where I can, every long rest, use my level and heal myself as the Asimir thing for my level. So I'll heal 6 more from that. And that puts me only 9 down.
Okay.
The one
So
potion
heal up.
Lorenzo got I used on Delaran. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did anyone get a vision while they were out? Or while they were hit with a thing?
You
Well-
would understand with your arcana naturally that there were a lot of psychic attacks going on, attacks to the mind.
Mhm.
They were also damaging, and that's what was going on.
Yeah. But I was busy remembering things while I was unconscious.
What'd you see?
A little bit about my past,
Oh, well, okay.
I think.
So what did you see?
Let's talk about it when we get topside.
Sure.
Okay.
I feel a little better. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Mary, did you see anything? Did Paylor talk to you?
No. Listen, let's go. Let's just get outside before we have our little bro down.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's get outside.
I won't be here a minute more than I have to.
The prisoner, he looks scared and mousy.
Listen, man, what's your name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
What's your name?
Delaran Cooper.
You can call me Delaran.
I think that's gonna just get confusing. How about Nalador?
What?
All the letters of Delaran. She has a preference, I just scrambled it a bit. He's a little scrambled. He's Delaran just scrambled. Makes sense to me, I don't know.
Where are we? What's going on? Who are you?
Okay, it's okay. We're here to rescue you. See that guy right there? He is our resident healer. You stick with him, and you're going to be okay. We're going to get you out of this mine and then talk about what happens next. But we're not going to let anything bad happen to you while we're here if we can help it. All right? So you stick with him, and he's going to keep you together while we walk out of here. I'm going to go first, and we're going to find our way out, and everything's going to be okay. All right?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Cool. I do that. Okay. Yeah, I do. 9 plus 6 is 15.
I'll just follow you. You can call me Nalador.
Nalador. Okay, alright. You can follow me now. And, if things get really nasty, they'll fall back, because I usually push into the thick of it, alright?
Okay.
Okay, alright. But whatever you do, don't run. Because if you run away from us and caught by something else, we're not with you. We might not be able to save you. And we're really invested in trying to keep you alive and get you out of here. Okay?
Where are we going?
Out. We're gonna go out of here. Out of the mines. Someplace where there's open sky and daylight, hopefully.
Okay.
Merritt is a follower of Palor, and he likes the sun, so let's get topside.
I think we all like this.
I'm also a follower of Palor.
Yeah, good for you guys, alright? Come on, let's go.
Alright. You guys continue up the tracks, and it's a pretty long journey. I mean, not really long, but it is about 5 miles.
Okay.
You can travel for an hour, and after that hour is when you start ignoring difficult terrain as a ranger. I actually looked that up a little, so...
Okay.
After you've started traveling for an hour, you gain those overland travel benefits.
Sure.
If nothing jumps us. That makes sense.
Yeah. You do get those benefits because you've been traveling for a while up these tracks. Much the same dull silence, except for the sounds of footsteps and metal creaking against metal on your armors and straps being slapped against the leather. But besides that, you don't hear signs of life throughout these caverns.
Alright, I feel a little weird about that, but I'm just going to keep my sword in my hand and keep my shield out in front of me.
Not going a super fast pace. I'm going to be in the back and kind of facing backwards, walking backwards, kind
That's
of looking
good.
over my
Cover
shoulder.
our rear. Yeah, I won't push the pace super hard. Just need to get out. Don't need to hurry about it. Let's be careful. Something
Give me
weird's
a
going on.
perception check.
Oh, not my thing. I rolled an 8.
20.
17 minus 6? Or 17 minus 1?
Minus
16.
6.
16.
Wow.
You have a head.
24.
You all hear the sounds of painful shouting. Just, "Ah," and it bounces off the cavern walls. You can't tell exactly where it's coming from. And then you hear the response. "Ah."
Okay. So at this point, I'm going to establish a cluster up. Listen, now. Stay behind.
Did you hear that?
Just listen to me. Stay behind me. It's going to be okay. Why don't you get up behind him? Garabon, I want you behind Merritt. You want to be checking both sides, and you're watching our 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and easy. We're just going to walk out of here. If you see anything, let people know. Okay?
10-4.
What's going on? Where are we?
I
Who
don't
are
know.
you?
Now.
Okay.
Remember me? Remember me? What's my name?
I don't know.
Delrin Cooper. We're here to help you. We're going to get you out of this cave.
This guy's a whack job.
What did you say your name was again?
I don't remember.
Okay? We're going to call you now, right? Listen. Follow us. We're going to get you out of here. Everything's going to be okay. Most important thing is that you don't panic. Okay? Stick with us.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Right. 16 plus 6 is 22.
Okay.
Okay? Stick with us. It's going to be okay.
Can I use Arcana to try to figure out if there's something constantly wiping his mind?
Sure. You can go ahead and roll Arcana.
I
That's correct. 17 plus 3, 7, or 20. Wow. I just say what's in my mind.
Right, 7,
So
3.
That's what I see in my head. It's
Yes.
not right.
I see a 7.
At least you corrected yourself correctly.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Should just say the number next time.
He is suffering from something supernatural. Obviously, he's not at that age where he has that kind of short-term memory.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure why he would be suffering from such short-term memory. With the 22?
20.
20?
Hmm?
You do remember the creature. It messes with your psyche. It messes with your mind. Now, in that skirmish that you fought this creature, you didn't see him affected by it. You didn't see him next to that creature at any point or take any attacks from the tentacles that definitely triggered something in you.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see him in the range of that screaming aura. But you also just met this man, and you don't know if anything else had happened to him on the journey here.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has always been a little mousy since you first saw him. You could probably assume that maybe there's something else going on. Maybe he found or fought with a different creature. By Garabon's tellings of how many humanoids used to be down in this mine, his ranger ability that just sensed there were 5 humanoids at one point, and now there were only 3. Now there's only 1 besides you guys. So there were things happening to this man, at least to their group.
Mm-hmm. And then he seemed to have some healing done when Merritt did his group healing. So.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, he seemed to have some formed memories. He seemed to have a little more coherence, and it's all faded.
Guy keeps getting some short-term memory issues.
I'm just gonna keep talking to him then and be friendly the whole time. Like we're not really stealthy because of me or you, anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep a low-key conversation up with the guy. Like, hey, everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry, we'll get out of here. We'll get to an inn someplace or some sort of breakfast nook, and we'll have some bacon. Wouldn't you love some bacon? I literally like bacon and
You Merritt it up.
eggs.
That's
Yeah.
a Merritt move right
I just
there.
keep talking to the guy.
Eventually, every so often, maybe every half hour or hour, you're not really sure, it's not an actual pattern, he resets.
No, I'll just tell him, hey, it's going to be alright. I'm
And you
telling
go over the same conversation that you've gone over with him. And then again, he'll reset. And sometimes it happens mid-conversation where you're talking to him about things. He doesn't seem to be able to give you anything about himself ever.
Okay.
But he seems to have recognition of, you say, bacon and eggs, and he understands bacon
What
and
that
eggs.
is, right. He just doesn't know who he is or who we are or where we are, but he gets like basic contextual
Correct.
cultural clues.
And then mid-conversation, he resets.
Okay.
Where are we?
Everything's going to be alright. Don't worry, we're going to get you
And
out
you
of
guys
here.
continue up the tracks. Give me a perception check as you guys are continuing this path.
15.
Woohoo! 13.
13. You come to an area where you know the rails go up and off the cavern floor, and they extend into a gigantic cavern. And the rails are now being held up by columns that extend down in the darkness, further than you can see, further than your dark vision. They're being held aloft, suspended in midair, and they have all the wood planking still across them here. The wood does look aged. It looks in some parts rotted. There's some planks that are split in half as if a foot had jammed all their weight on them and split them down the middle. You did come down this way, but it did not look like this.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're strong, right? You guys? Have I noticed, out of game, have I noticed that you're kind of beefier ever? Did my character ever see you do any beefy things? Maybe
Is
not.
he strong?
I mean, now he is, but maybe I haven't noticed that. We did have a physical contest at some point, didn't we?
You've definitely noticed he is a lot stronger than what you would think.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he ever wrestled you when he
Was weak.
was not strong.
Right, so I think maybe you've always been kind of stronger than you appear.
Mhm.
So here's the deal. I take out my rope, I tie one end around myself. Make sure it's tight. I hand the rope to you, and I want you to get on the rope too. Right? I'm gonna try to cross this. I'm really heavy in my heavy armor. I'm probably the heaviest one in my heavy armor. So if I can make it across, that's good news for everybody else. Then what we'll do is we'll tie off one person at a time while I'm on the other side, and they'll follow me across. If I don't make it, don't let me fall. That's the plan. Okay?
Do these planks go all the way up?
Yeah, before there were some missing, but here they're there.
I thought there was only some down at the bottom here. I thought there
No,
was.
I think that you're misunderstanding the here.
Okay,
So,
I probably am.
The planks go all the way up, right? In between the tracks, and there's columns.
Yeah, the planks are here. You remember at the top of this cavern,
They weren't.
they were missing.
Right.
So
different.
eventually
Things
they
look
will
different.
be missing, from
Oh,
what
okay.
you know.
That's cool. Then I'll just try to take the rail up at that point.
Okay.
But just hold on to the other end of the rope. How long is this part?
It's a good while, a couple minutes of walking.
Oh, so 50 feet isn't going to make it work with the rope.
By yourself? No.
Okay. Plan B.
Well, we can get up to the point where there's the...
Well, why don't we just all... does anybody else have rope?
I do.
Okay, so we have 100 feet of rope. There's 5 of us. We should tie the 2 pieces of rope together and then tie somebody off every 20 feet. And we'll all go up. And that way, if one guy falls, the rest of us try to hold him up.
Okay.
Yeah?
I like it.
Okay. All right, and I'm kind of strong, and you're kind of strong, right?
As you're talking, you hear the distant sound.
Yeah, all right, let's try to do this.
Do I get any bearing on which direction? Louder, quieter, closer, further? At all?
From here, it bounces off all the cavern walls in this gigantic opening. You think it might be under or above or in front, but not behind.
We're going
Not
towards
from where
it.
you came, possibly where you're going, possibly not.
It's cool. Let's just ignore that for now.
So, you guys, what do you do?
So we're going to tie the 2 lengths of rope together, so we have 100 feet of rope, and then we're going to tie someone off every 20 feet. There's 5 of us.
I'll be on one end.
I'll be on the front end. I think we should put me, no one. The guy doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah, bacon and eggs. And then we'll put you, right? And then we'll put you, and then we'll put you. Go in that order.
That works.
And then we're going to try to walk out. When we hit the rail, we'll climb up the rail. Or slowly but scoot up, carefully, and...
It'll be much harder to go up than down.
Well, obviously, but we got to do something. We got here. So...
I want to reach down and slowly add pressure, see if I can put a thumb indent in the rail.
In the metal? No. You push as hard as you can, and you can't indent the rail.
How strong is the wood?
Not strong. There's places where it looks like someone's foot's gone through.
You can just see it looks aged.
So I'm going to try to... When I walk on the wood, I'm going to walk close to the rail. In case the wood falls through, I can try to grab the rail. And when we run out of wood, I will butt scoot the rail up.
Okay. You guys start walking up.
Okay, go slow.
Yeah, right. I got you. Go slow. I'm going to stow my sword so I don't drop it in case something happens. And I'm going to lock my shield behind me.
Cool. You start making your way up these railings. It's been a while since you've been here, a few hours. You're not exactly sure how long it is until you got to this section, or you actually just left the section that was missing the railing, the lattices across the way. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're going up.
Everyone?
Sure.
Oh. 2.
3.
12.
9.
12 was our highest. Got it.
So we don't know.
So you guys continue up and up and up on these railings.
Yeah, what about bacon and eggs?
Where are we?
Hey, it's gonna be all right,
Who
man.
are you?
Listen, we're gonna get you out of here.
What's going on?
Everything's gonna be fine.
We're gonna get you a nice plate of bacon and eggs.
Yep.
Over and over.
Yeah.
He follows along.
So there's not really any kind of pattern, but when I think to myself, it's been a while since he's reset, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on him.
Let's look that spell up.
I already have it. Protect against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fiends, and undeads. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against him. Target cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If target already has such an effect, the target has advantage on new saving throws against them.
So if he was possessed or something.
Yeah, if something's off about it and I can fix it, I figure just give him a little bit better chance.
So you do cast that on these railings.
No, on the guy.
I know.
Oh.
Well,
I knew you meant on the guy, but
okay.
while you're on the railings.
I was like, I can't target the railings.
And you continue up and up and up. There. Give me a perception check as you're. Well, not everyone. Who's in the lead? And then this guy is tied off behind you.
Yep.
So just you.
I'm behind bacon. Bacon and eggs. B-A-E. He is Bay.
He is Bay. Boom.
all right, this is gonna suck, guys. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Me and Bay are going in. Hang on tight.
Going Bay.
I rolled a 4.
Cool.
I'm not a perceptor of things.
No, you're not.
I'm a swinger of swords.
You're walking the railings, and the oddest thing happens as you take a step. The railings in front of you that you were sure were there
Are gone?
disappears right in front of your eyes as you're coming down onto this railing, and you don't see it explode or rip off the metal or the lattices. They don't disintegrate. They just start fading away from view. And the one you're stepping on fades away. Go ahead and give me an
The one
acrobatics
I'm
check.
going to step onto or the one that I'm on?
The one that you're going to step on, you're
Okay.
already in motion.
Right.
It's too late. It fades away. Give me an acrobatics check.
Well, I'm going to go and drink.
Oh, we're tied off.
Yep, good thing too. I nat 1.
What happens?
What happens? So,
So this guy is tied off behind you.
Okay, so
You
this is
go
what
to
happens.
step down.
I go to step down. I start going. I turn around as I'm falling to try to grab the part that's left, and I catch it in the chin instead. So I'm like, I'm gonna, and I just beat myself in the face as I go off into the pit.
Amazing. He looks at you. You guys see Delaron ahead. He has his shield lit, but the light doesn't extend all the way back to you. It is dim light ahead.
it's like,
you see it fade from view. Who's tied off behind this guy? The
Merit.
memory loss. Merritt. You see Delaron go in. He turns around. He's like, "Oh shit!" And then, bing! The wood beams him in the face, and then fades from view. The guy that's tied off from behind him looks behind,
And he's like,
looks at you. You see the lattices that he's standing on, and the ones in front of him start disappearing sequentially. They're just fading from view, fading from view. And then the next. And at this point, you see there's only 3 lattices in front of him left.
What happened to the rope that's going to pull him off?
Well, we haven't gotten quite there. What do
Okay.
you do?
After I make the eye contact with him, I look down and I go to the rail. And I dive on it and I bear hug it.
So you bear hug the rail. He looks back at you. He sees you bear hug the rail. The next lattice disappears.
Hold on!
Where are we? Who are you? And you see his whole body ripped off the lattice that just disappears from under his feet.
What a bad time to go, Bay.
Bay.
And you are now dangling below a screaming man.
40 feet down.
Yeah, I'm 40 feet down. 20 feet past him means 20 feet past you.
Give
if you can hold
me,
on.
as you're going down, give me an give me an athletics check.
Okay. 17.
So when you hit that snap, that last part of the rope that jams and holds onto your body, wham! You hit hard and it hurts and it pulls part of you in a way it shouldn't be pulled. And your shield comes loose and you grab onto it before it falls in. You grab onto that strap and you hold it close. And you're now upside down, swinging
Holding the shield.
like this on a rope
Fishing lure.
with someone screaming above you.
I'm like, that was not a good time to be screaming.
What does everyone else do? You see Merrick grab the rail, hugs it tight. Hold on, he says.
I start backing up and kind of like grab onto the rope
Keeping
in front
aware?
of me. Yep.
Roll your perception.
Me?
You.
Oh, shit. 10.
10. You're looking at Merritt. He's hugging the railing. You're not really sure what's going on. You think Delaron probably went in. He probably fell or something. And then you see the lattice in front of you disappear. And then you realize there are no more lattices in front of you. You are on what's to be a disappearing lattice within moments. What do?
I step back.
Step back onto the next lattice. The one in front of you disappears. What do?
Step on the rail.
You step to the rail, the lattice disappears. Make an acrobatics check as you're now balancing on just a railing. The lattice is gone.
9, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. 6, 4, 10.
10. You're holding on the best you can. You're grabbing the rope. You're now pulling Merritt one way as he's being pulled another way. You are being T-boned by this rope that you're tied off to. Not literally, you're not going to pull apart. And you're holding on with all you can, but you're focused and you're trying not to fall. What do?
I get down and I try to like hug the rail.
Roll your perception.
6.
Oh, God, I thought that was a 1.
You are watching this happen. You are a human?
Yep.
Do you have light?
Just the one that he was doing.
So you're in the dark.
And I was probably, like I said, looking backwards.
Amazing. You look over, you think you see the silhouette of Garavon hunker down. You're not sure what's going on. No one's actually said anything about this. And you feel the railing under your, or the lattice under your feet slip. Boom, and it's gone. And you are about to be free falling. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
It's 15.
15. You position yourself to grab the railing. You skip over actually, and you're now balancing on the railing just barely. You barely had enough time to get your momentum over, but you can't see anything. Not very well. It's not completely pitch black, but it is dark. And you're now balancing on what you think is the railing, but you can't tell. It's hard to see. What do?
Is anyone up there?
Okay, so I'm hanging in the pit. You guys are on the rail?
Mm-hmm.
Merritt, give me a strength check.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I think I'm on the rail.
I'll give you advantage, because Garavon is also holding on.
I am too.
Wait, no, you're balancing. You're not holding on the
No,
railing.
I said I got down
You got to the railing, right?
and I wanted to.
Oh, you're hunkering down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Either way, it was just my first roll.
Okay.
So
Just a strength check.
Strength. Well, athletics if you got it. I don't think you got it.
It's the same. So 15.
15. You feel the tension of the rope pulling at your front. That's where this memory lost man is. What are we calling him now?
Bay.
Bay.
Hey.
That's where Bay and Delaron are both hanging. You feel some tension relieve itself from behind you where Garabon was holding on. He is now hunkered down on the railing as well. You feel some tension from you where the rope is pulling at your back a little. You are tied off to Lorenzo.
I call out, where is everyone?
Everyone okay?
Can I hear him over screaming guy or no?
No.
Okay.
Every once in a while he's like,
I'm like, hey.
and then he stops screaming, and then you hear like the muffled sounds of people.
Okay, so I'm going to start trying to go up the rope
You're gonna climb up the rope?
if I can. Sword away, shield away.
Give me an athletics check. It's not.
15 plus 7 is 22.
It might be disadvantage.
Okay.
Just a rope, no footholds.
Oh, well then that's 12.
12. You slowly start making your way up, and you've done this before. You probably have disadvantage anyways because you're exhausted 1 level. We forgot about that, but you're still exhausted 1 level.
Sweet. Okay.
And
What happened? Oh, I'm fighting the
Coming down.
same
Oh,
thing.
that's right. The same thing. This is not good for me.
Railings.
It's gone badly for me. Okay.
You're climbing up.
Yep.
It's hard. You get to that point where the screaming man is, and you have to climb over him. And he's screaming.
Hey.
You guys are shouting to each other.
Hey. I'm like,
We'll switch over to that.
All right.
I'm gonna cast light on my staff.
Okay. You cast light. It shines brightly for you. You see a dim light ahead where normally you'd see bright light. It seems to be dimmed.
Merritt!
Is everyone okay? I think Delaran went over. It hurts.
And you still hear,
May's down there too.
Can we pull him up?
Yes, I want him. I'm a little afraid of letting go though.
Lorenzo?
Yeah, I'm hugging the rail.
he
Can you guys not see this? Can you?
I
You
can't
can
even.
see
I can
a dim light. You can see it's dim. You're
Mhm.
a tiefling. You have dark vision, so you'll see as normal.
He cast light on the staff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently everything is dimmed.
He is 20 feet ahead of him.
Okay.
It's bright light for 20 feet and dim light for another 20 feet.
Oh, I know.
normally, but our
Oh, I
sound and
understand.
light, everything is
I understand what's
off.
going on. Okay. Silly me.
Have one of these.
Just in case.
Just in
For
case.
trying.
Yeah.
You can see a very faint light ahead, 40 feet ahead of you, and it's the silhouette and shape of a staff. But it's not bright. It's a dim, faint light.
How far are we away?
You're each about 15 to 20 feet away from each other.
Can we scoot back? We gotta get back.
How far back do we have to go?
Lorenzo!
I don't know. It's not very bright back here.
Is going back better than going forward?
Seeing as we're trying to go forward, I would say go forward.
All right, moving forward. I start scooching.
Okay,
You
yeah.
start scooching towards Merritt on this rail.
I also scooch.
Inch by inch. You are being weighed down like an anchor.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely have to give me a strength
Good
check.
thing I'm a god.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
What'd you roll?
That's a 2 on the dice.
See?
man.
That's 7.
Fuck.
You inch your way
Yeah, you scoot
forward,
forward.
and you feel the rope starting to swing a little bit wildly. It's tied off on you, and the whole thing shifts about 4 inches, where the weight is now shifting on your body to be right below you. That center point is now shifting, and you feel this rope burn on your side of 1 rope burn damage as the rope just starts cutting into your flesh.
So I start swinging?
Not wildly swinging. That's probably a little
Because
excessive.
I would feel like...
That's a little excessive. So
Can I tell the rope
you
to
do
start
start twisting.
Okay. I'm like, hey, stop! Stop moving up there! Stop! Don't move! That's what I do as I'm trying to climb up.
Lorenzo, do you inch your way forward as well?
If they are and they're making...
Well, you feel the rope
the
that's
tug.
tense against Garavon.
I'll match his
Start to
pace
pull. Okay.
so that we're keeping it tight.
You eventually inch your way up to Merritt. And he is holding onto the railing, and you see the rope dangling beneath him. And you can't see how far down it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And you see... Actually, I guess you can see a dim light below, kind of swinging like that. And you see the silhouette of the man and the silhouette of Delaron.
What the hell happened, Del?
You hear...
I think you guys are screaming in my ear right now. I'm like face to face with him, trying to climb around him.
Go ahead, Delaron.
I'm like, okay, listen. Like, your screaming is not helping. It's gonna be okay, but I have to climb past you. So I say to him,
He screams.
I have to climb over you. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna try to climb past him.
He'll forget it in a
Go
second
ahead
anyway.
and roll your athletics.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
13.
You start climbing up him, and you're pulling at every handhold you can grab, which is his arm, and then his leg, well, his leg, and his arm, and you get up to the shoulder, and you feel that
I'm like
pressure.
pushing on his head and shit.
He goes to grapple you
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
as he's screaming.
Stop grappling me.
He rolls his strength against your...
Athletics.
Is that, oh yeah, it's still a disadvantage because
10.
10? He actually wins as he reaches around you, and now he's got you around the neck, and he's screaming in your ear.
I could just headbutt him into his unconscious, but I feel like that's not a very nice thing to do. Okay, so I'm like, listen. Okay, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna like yell at him and try to intimidate him. If you don't let go now, I'm gonna have to make you let go, and you don't want that.
Roll your intimidation.
I have disadvantage on all my checks. I'm too tired to be intimidating. Like, if you don't let go now, I'm gonna have to make you let go. Please don't make me do this.
Maybe, you don't know.
All right. 5 plus 6 is 11.
You do actually win.
Okay.
He lets out a short...
Let go right now and keep your mouth shut.
And he loosens his grip on you. He doesn't completely let go, but he loosens where he's not grappling you.
Okay. I have to climb past you to pull you up. So you have to let go. You guys can probably hear me screaming in this dude's face.
And he's actually let up a little on his screaming.
Yeah. Like, you have to let go.
What do you guys do?
Just let me do my Delaran thing.
Yeah,
down
I'm
there.
just gonna be like, good job, Del. Come on, get up here, man.
Can you let
Yeah.
go?
What are you doing?
A scoot.
We're
Don't
screwed.
scoot. Don't move. I said stop moving.
Roll your strength.
This is not what you want to do.
21.
So you do start scooting, and you do like a foot, and the rope starts to go.
I'm like, stop. What are you doing?
And you're now being swung like a pendulum
On this,
midair.
dude, I'm hanging on to this guy, swinging back and forth.
And he starts screaming. And he goes to grapple you.
I'm gonna smite left. I'd headbutt smite this motherfucker. Smite. Oh, I fall down. I nap.
You nat
So
one?
he grabs
what
me,
happens?
I
I mean, you choose what happens. It doesn't have to be you fall.
I mean, I think it probably would, though. I think that I'm hanging from him. We're swinging. He's grappling. I'm trying to grab him back like, you motherfucker, I told you to stop. And then I'm going to slip and probably fall to the length of the rope. And it might hurt me.
Okay.
Because that makes sense to me. So I'm like, God, stop this shit. What the?
You're holding on to him, and you get a piece of his prisoner garb, and it rips off his body. And you now have a piece of his shirt as you're falling midair, and you snap on the end of the rope. And you've been here before. Give me... Nah, you've secured your shield by this point.
Yeah.
Take 2 strain damage.
Okay, so
we'll call it bludgeoning.
Sure, that doesn't matter.
And you feel that weight. Whack again.
What are you doing?
And you hear screaming.
Oh no. Merit.
I'm 40 feet down. Can I see anything below me?
Nope.
I don't want to do that then.
Keep scooching, Merit.
I'm trying. We only got 2 hours left. Stay calm.
I'm scooting.
It's definitely harder at this point.
I'm going to try to climb back up.
Go ahead and give me a climb check. No one's helping you, apparently.
No one is helping me.
I don't understand how I can.
Yeah, we're kind of holding on for dear life
Okay,
right now.
so I'm pissed off. I harness my anger. I roll a 12 plus 7 is a 19. So I'm like, look, I get up there.
So you get up to the guy, and you're now climbing over his body, and he's screaming in your ear again. You've been here before.
I fucking elbow him.
Roll to hit him.
Yeah. I told you to shut your mouth. Laugh. Natural 20.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's no dice roll on that punch.
No, it's just 5. But I want to knock him out.
You knock him out.
Okay, so I'm like, told you to shut up. Slap. The screaming stops.
And when you do, you feel a soft...
Does he die?
No,
Okay.
but you definitely broke something.
All right.
As you elbow him on your way up, now you're climbing past
There's
him, and
no
you feel the
screaming.
rope going...
And the screaming's done.
And the screaming stops.
Yep.
Give me a perception check, you guys up top.
50.
13.
2.
So you do hear what he said.
Yeah, I'm like, I told you to stop screaming.
And then you hear silence. And then the rope. Until you get up to the rail. And you can see Dalaron's now underneath Merritt.
Yeah, I'm
The
like,
rope's being pressed against the railing, and it's tied to Merritt's body. And he has this angry face on him.
I have the angry Cooper face. I'm like, I grab the thing. I try to pull myself up onto the rail.
I'll try
You
to
gonna
pull you
help
up.
him?
Yep.
Oh, you'll
I
get him
can
up
reach.
onto the railing.
Okay.
That was a great teamwork building session.
We should go to the other rail so that we have fall opposite things going on here.
How am I supposed to get over there? No, fuck that. I'm not hopping to the other rail.
All right, you stay here.
Bacon's between us pulling you down when you jump. We should get Bacon up first.
It's not. I mean, it's only this far, right?
No,
Bacon's tied to
it's
you,
like
man.
6 feet.
Merit's okay.
Oh,
then.
what? What kind of rails are these?
Remember when I
train
told
tracks.
you that
They drift
Oh,
wide.
yeah.
the
When the things are gone, they drift open. Don't do that.
I don't do that.
So I'm like, we should probably pull up Unconscious down there. That's his new name.
Did you want me to jump over to the other one?
No, stop it. No one's jumping. We're just gonna go up. What happened is the wooden planks disappeared while I was on them.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
Yeah, it kept happening after you
Oh, really?
left.
Okay. I wondered why you were all hugging the rail. Hey, by the way, when someone falls, don't go anywhere.
I didn't think you were coming back up.
I turned into a human pendulum down there. You made it a lot harder to try to get
Hey,
back up.
stop yelling and let's scooch.
All right, first let's get up, dude.
What's he gonna do when he's up here?
I guess we're just gonna.
We're gonna keep knocking them out. Is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna leave him down there.
I feel like he's safer down there, actually, without falling. He can't fall
It's
and
gonna
hurt
make it
himself.
harder for us to get across. Can't you just like heal him for 1 or 2 up here and then tell him to crawl?
It's a good thing that, the 2 up there are the beefcakes that are tied to them.
Mhm.
I'm tired, man. I'm really tired.
All right, let's pull him up.
Okay,
Let's fish him up.
all right. So we fish him up.
do pull him up.
Yep.
You lay his body on the railing as well as you can
Right.
between you guys, who are now all huddled on this rail,
The
one
three of us
after
are
the
all
other
bunched
after the
up,
other.
yeah.
You're bunched up as tightly as you can be in a single file line. and Dude Man is out.
All right. I'm like, hey, hey.
Yeah, that doesn't wake him up.
All right. I gave him the onions when I elbowed.
What did you do?
Nothing.
He gains 5 hit points.
There you go, buddy.
He snaps awake. Who
Okay.
are you? What's going on?
Don't worry, we're gonna help you.
Johnny.
Where are we?
Johnny, focus. We're almost out.
I'm Johnny?
Yeah, we just need to crawl a little bit further. We're almost there. I know it's confusing, but you told me that this was going to happen. Now let's just scoot a little bit further and you'll get it.
Wow,
Give me
you
a
lied.
persuasion check. I'll give you an advantage because that was really epic.
Yes. That's a 25.
Wow.
You lied, dude.
You lied. Again.
Oh,
Go, Johnny, go.
All right, so I
Okay.
start scooting. But I'm going to go slowly and very carefully. I want to make it as easy as possible on myself.
and you guys, it's hard. It's hard. And it's not short range either. It's for a while. You've done this before. You did it going down and it took about 2 minutes. This time it's taking a little longer going upward.
I don't care if it takes an hour. I'm going to stop frequently so I don't get more tired.
I keep casting guidance on
Even
myself.
stopping, you're all going to need to give me a constitution save.
All right. It's a save, though, so I don't have disadvantage.
So
Who's
15.
next? Oh, how close is Johnny to me?
17.
25. 19 plus 6.
15.
8 plus 6 is 15. 14.
He has a plus 3 to his save.
Oh, that's good for him.
Yep.
Oh, wait, we have plus 3? Or just
He
a-
does, because if we're still close.
You do too. He's your ally.
Yeah, but how close is he to me? Are we stretching back out as we
Oh,
or is
I
he
see.
staying close
Yeah.
to me?
You're a little further away from him because it's within 10 feet of you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So just he did. And that's good because he needed it.
Okay.
You all do succeed. You don't strain your bodies to the point of exhaustion. You take enough rests where you get to the top and you're tired. You're out of breath. Your muscles feel like they've been pushed to the limit. Your arms are strained. Your heart is beating and you are sweating everywhere. But you've made it up.
Pale, clammy look have been pushed past their point of their endurance. I am.
Get to that floor of the cavern that you've been to before, and you look down in the same way all the lattices are missing on the railing when it opens up into that wide mouth of cave. Now you're looking into a small tunnel back towards where you came.
To the surface, yeah. We go.
The lattices are there at this point.
I stand on the dirt, not on the track
Okay.
right now. I'm
Yeah.
walking on the other side.
Okay.
I would recommend that we all walk on maybe opposite sides, one person in the middle, so that if there's any spots, the rope will catch on these tracks.
Sure. Okay, that's fine.
Cool. So you
Agreed.
guys continue down these tracks for a while, and you are now. Go for it, man. And you come up to a point where there is a minecart on the tracks.
Firebolt.
Is it a mimic?
Right.
You shoot off your firebolt, and it is a cart. It
After it doesn't react,
does not
I would
set on
extinguish
fire.
it. Okay.
Okay. I'm like, just keep going. I don't say anything. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You go past the cart then,
Hmm?
and you continue walking.
Yeah, the cart doesn't go uphill, right?
that probably wouldn't do us a lot of benefit.
Not very well.
No.
You continue upwards and back to whence you came. You pass another cart, except it's been hewn in two. And give me a perception check.
Yeah, I want to go look at that one. 20.
Nope.
22.
Okay.
21, sorry.
It's actually not even really. It's probably not even a roll, honestly.
Okay.
Do you remember when you were swallowed by this mimic and taken down the tracks? Oh, you remember it well.
Yeah, remember.
I chopped it in half.
And Delaron chopped it in half, and it kept its mimic form. It kept that cart-like form as it split in two and landed on one side of the tracks. Each part did. This is the same creature that you would believe, but it is not in the shape of a cart. It is an amorphous blob of muscle and tissue that has been hewn in two, and it's got some fangs on one side of what you think might be a mouth coming out of this weird formed pseudopod-like head. It's not an actual head, and it is dead, and you see this weird, long, lanky tongue that's lolling out of its mouth that slapped the ground at one point when it died.
I go all PTSD and don't explain why a pseudopod laying on the ground is affecting me.
You get this look in your face. It's a look that you can tell right away
Merit?
is not Merit. It is not normal.
Merit?
It's the tweet that look. I'm going to keep walking, and then eventually we'll pull you away from it by the rope. We're going to keep going. Come on, man.
Merit?
It's okay. Just come on. We're gonna get out of here. At this point, I'm like, something obviously weird has happened, but I need to get above ground. So,
I walk away.
And you start walking towards the mouth of the cave where you first entered.
the cave is a mimic. Sorry. When he said mouth, I just had this mental image of the cave eating us like the Star Wars worm. You know what I mean?
Do you want it to be?
No. It just happened in my head.
Do we get the Millennium Falcon?
Right.
You continue walking up
Punch it,
to the entrance of the cave, and much the same, there's a bunch of boulders and debris that are blocking your way out.
All right, they buried us in. So
They
I
had barricaded you all inside the cave because the miners didn't know if you'd come out alive or dead.
pretty
or
sure at this
undead.
point, I know that things are not the way that we want them to be, but I go to the slit where we were supposed to knock, and I go, and I wait for a second. Because that was the sign.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
I give it a minute or two.
I'm going to reach down to the floor and try to do the same thing. I'm going to press and try to draw a circle.
So when you press into the stone, it's not exactly the same as from before, where you were able to just maul the stone with your fingers and make it draw a picture that turns the stone, kind of white like you would with a heavy stick or something. But you can kind of carve it, barely. Every once in a while you'll get enough pressure to make a white mark on the stone. It seems a little more solid. A little more normal.
God damn it, and I go.
So you do the knock. And another 30 seconds pass. And you hear a reply.
We get a reply?
You hear the knock.
What?
It's muffled. Sounds like this barricade is pretty thick. You'll try to look through any cracks you can see.
They said
and
they
you
would.
don't
They
see
said they
any.
would leave a crack for us. There's no
You
cracks.
don't see any cracks.
Okay. So I'm like, let us out.
No reply.
All right. So where did the knock come from? Was it in front of me where I knocked?
Can't tell.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my sword. Is the stone weaker than normal stone?
It's... No, this seems pretty much normal.
Okay, I'm gonna try to find a place where I would be able to wedge and pry with my sword.
Sure. You find a place where you're able to wedge and pry.
Okay. And then I do.
And you start prying. And you start prying the stone apart.
No, pull some whatevers.
And you start pulling out some of the stones as well. Any ones you can lift. And give me a strength check. With advantage.
So
Or
straight
you
roll
can
for
both
me.
roll. Just both roll.
Both
Okay.
roll?
Sure.
I roll with disadvantage. So I roll as athletics or strength.
Athletics will work.
13.
18.
So prying, pulling, moving debris, moving whatever small boulders you can. Give me an acrobatics check, everyone.
Shit. There goes my leg. No, wow, 13 and 15, so that would be 13.
I have a 13.
6.
14.
You all succeed as this debris that's been piled up, these rocks that have been barricading the entrance, start collapsing. You step out of the way of whatever collapsing debris, and boulders are now spilling into the mouth of the cave. There's a slight incline coming towards you. Merritt, however, is directly in the path of 9 bludgeoning damage as it rolls over your ankle.
That's nothing. You can walk off.
And all the rocks start tumbling down, and now you see a woman in front of the cavern entrance, her bow drawn, and all you can see is like a barricade at your waist of rocks and debris. And she's pointing the bow right at you, aiming it at everyone. She has these thick braids that are all pulled back in a ponytail, and her hair comes down to the half of her back. She has palish skin. It would be pale if she didn't have piercings in almost every area of her face, from her eyes down to her chin. And then she has some tattoos on her cheeks that go back onto her neck, and they're mostly solid tattoos. She has piercings in her eyebrow. There's probably a total of 20 that you can see. And she has piercings all up in her ears. Everywhere. Almost everywhere there's one piercing, just multiply it by 5 or 10.
Okay, so put my sword away, because I had it out to pry the rocks. Put my hands up, and I'm like, hey, where are the miners at?
What
And
miners?
I'm going to try to like subtly cut off her angle to the rest of the party by stepping up a little bit while my hands are
move.
out. Oh, I just
At
want her
all.
to point
Nope.
at me.
Don't move.
So I'm like, okay, all right.
See,
Where are the miners?
who are you talking about?
What was the miner's name again? Did we ever know? We didn't know.
They're minor.
I'm like,
They're
listen, there
miners,
were
man.
some miners out here that we came down into the cave to clear it out for the King of Riverstorm, and also to find this guy, and I point at the nameless dude, and we were trying to get him back to the Kingdom of Riverstorm. That's what we're doing here. So there were miners outside. They blocked us in. I thought you were them because they were supposed to respond to the rap, you know? That was the code to let us out.
responded.
Yeah, I know. But I thought you were the miners because you responded.
Have you seen Anan?
Pardon me?
Can you put your bow down, please?
No.
That's fine. Who's Anan?
Anan. He is a man much like me. Tattoos
You're
all
a
over
man?
his face. She points the bow right at you and lets off a warning shot right past your head.
And I put.
Draws just as quickly.
I draw my bow.
Oh, don't do
Oh, you're
that.
listening.
Snap. All right, let's do it. Plot hook number 2 dead. Oh, I nat. I'm gonna
Natty
roll a
20.
2 natty 20s?
I rolled a 1. So
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
I
no,
thought
no,
you
no, no,
were-
no, 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 no,
I thought it was
no,
a
no.
natty 1 or 20 over there as well. I just got a 21.
I did too. 21.
Okay.
Wow, they're all fast. I'm like, no, 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 no.
She fires a warning shot past your ear and draws again. And fires a third shot past your ear.
I'm the one yelling, no, 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 no.
Draws again and fires a warning shot past Lorenzo. All within that short time span. Just boom, boom, boom. Give me a perception check.
I just natty 20, guys, and she did that.
This was all on her turn.
Shoo.
Perception.
10.
24.
As the arrows fly past, something seems off about the arrows themselves. They seem You don't hear any clatter behind you from where they land or where they would hit. You don't hear the sound of them flying off into the distance. You just see a glimmer of dark streak past your face.
Alright, in my mind, an arrow's an arrow. I didn't make a high roll, so I'm like, whatever, 4 arrows. Okay, so I'm like, hey. We don't know Anan, or whatever his name is. We don't know anybody named Anan. And we just want to get out of here and get on with what we're supposed to do. So can we please leave this unholy hole in the earth? Please let us come out.
Does anyone want to do anything? Because you do have initiatives.
No, I'm just trying to talk her into letting us get out of the hole.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that'll be your turn. Merritt, Garabon. Garabon, you rolled a natural 20.
I ready my attack.
Okay, so you hold your action.
If she shoots another arrow, I'm gonna plug her with sharpshooter.
Merritt.
I think for once I'm going to have to agree with Delaran. Let's go sit down, talk this over. I say as I cast suggestion.
To who? Her?
I subtly cast suggestion to her.
Alright.
And that's a 15.
Check some.
I use my subtle.
Is it considered a charm effect?
Let's find out.
I like when you cast suggestion.
I'm a big fan of it.
The last time was just pure comedy.
That was great last time. I think it was like the best shit ever.
I think if they're half elf, they have advantage on saving throws against charm.
Is suggestion considered a charm?
That's why I was wondering.
Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect.
Yep. So she
So
has
nothing
advantage against it.
happens.
Oh, is she immune to charm? But she has
Oh,
advantage
advantage
against it.
That's right.
She have advantage against those.
Luckily, she has advantage, so she points the bow right at you.
Let's just be calm. Please leave this horrible place. We just want to come out and see the sun.
She takes 10 steps backwards. Alright. You can come out.
Okay.
I disengage.
I'm gonna
put my bow out.
untie myself from my companions and scramble over the stone. Let's untie, guys.
Okay.
So I take the rope, I coil it up, and then we go out. Or then I go out, anyways.
You all step out of the cave.
I'm like, oh,
I help.
sunlight is what the fuck?
I help Bay up, but I don't. I make sure that I stay between him and her.
Okay. It is nighttime, and you see the tower. It used to be a tower. It was converted into a commons kind of bunker for all the miners that came to this mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it is different. A lot different. It is decrepit. The stone that had been set one on top of the other to build this, most of them are worn. Some are so old they're blackened. You see vines creeping up the entire tower, and you see the top of the tower. The crenellations are crumbling, and it is a lot
Something
different.
is very wrong.
Oh, very wrong.
I say out loud, I'm like, what happened to the tower? I ask her. That was a tower when we left. What year is it? How long has it been?
You know where you are.
Yeah, we're in Lothroom by Riverstorm, somewhere near it.
Right?
Wrong.
Where are we?
You came to the Shadowfell. How did you get here?
What's the Shadowfell?
Anyone with Arcana can roll. You've heard the
14.
word before. You heard it from Shanir. Shanir is the wizard that was carving the dirt with his magic into a map of Lothrune.
Okay.
He told you a little bit about the Shadowfell, not enough. What'd you roll?
10.
14.
You know that it's not the prime material plane. You know a little about the Shadowfell. You've rolled on it before. It sits near the prime material, as well as the Feywild. They intersect more than any other planes of the prime material.
It must have been under that weird particle storm. All that stuff was swirling around in the cave we were in.
So
You took
we
a
need-
shadow walk.
I don't even know what that is, but maybe.
You walked between worlds.
We did not mean to.
It was an accident. Killed Luther and one of his cronies, and then this weird dust devil storm kicked up and we ended up here.
That doesn't sound normal. Doesn't sound right.
Now, this does not look normal or right now.
Do we have a way
Maybe
to
for
get?
you.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to get back to the prime material plane?
Yeah, do you know how to get back?
I'm not a shadow walker. That's not something I can do.
Do you know somebody who is?
Us, apparently.
Anan can do it.
Where is he?
He went down into these caves. I've been waiting for him.
We have to go back.
Give you a stern look.
So yeah, I look at you and I'm like,
Did-
All right, let me roll my insight.
Yeah.
She just looks back and forth between
If
you.
your shadow walker went down there, could he have done this to us? Could he have brought us here?
Willingly, he could have brought you here. Shadow walkers know some areas. They're called shadow crossings. I don't know any here.
oh, maybe we do.
Do you know anybody else that can do the shadow walking? I mean, I don't want to go back down there if that's a spot that we can cross.
Well, I don't think we can do it like we did it last time.
There might be some in the shadow storm.
What is that?
The nearest city.
I'd assume that's be where Riverstorm
was.
Do you know your planes?
Nope. That's
Do you know the Shadowfell from the prime material?
not really. But if it looks so far like things here are kind of like in the same place more or less. So if that's true, Shadowstorm should be where Riverstorm was, right?
Most likely.
Keen observation. We can go talk some more. I don't feel safe out here. She points towards the tower.
What's in the tower?
A safer place than here.
Okay, sure. I'm thinking about, when I'm looking at the tower, how big is it? Like, from
Like 5 stories high.
wide. If we get inside and I have to rush her across the room, could I do
Oh,
it?
it's not that wide. It's like 60 feet across in each direction.
That's good. When we go in, I'm going to stand in the middle and try to keep pace with wherever she goes so that at any point in time, I could cross 30 feet distance to her and take a hack if I have to. I'm acutely aware of the fact that I killed her friend.
She walks ahead of you all
Okay.
in a mistrusting way. Looking backwards, sometimes walking slower.
I'm like, so you're not from here? Or you're not from there? You're from here? You're a native to
I'm
the
from
Shadowfell.
here.
So how often are people these shadow crossing people? Like, is that a common thing or an uncommon thing?
Many come through to the Shadowfell.
Oh, so a lot of us show up here?
How many make it back?
Depends on why they come. Many famous adventurers have come through this way.
Why?
They want to see the other worlds.
Huh.
They don't stay. Many that stay don't go back.
Oh, I thought by definition staying is
Yeah.
not
Do
going
they
back.
die or do they just hang out forever?
They usually lose themselves.
Like memory issues? Because we kind of got a little bit of that going
Some
on.
can. As you hear, who are you?
Where are we?
Where are we?
What are
In
we
the
doing?
background.
I'm like,
Does it look like this?
Yeah. Is that
Is this
what
what happens?
What's wrong with him?
That's a good question.
We found him down there. I assume that he's not your Anon?
That is not Anan.
Anon? He... I don't know, we've been calling him Bacon.
Yeah, we don't know his name.
And
We don't know him
eggs. Bacon and eggs, yeah. Seems to be the only
When
thing
you
that
say
cheers him
that,
up.
there's a flash of no recognition of what the hell you're saying. It's like you're talking a different language.
You don't
when
know
say
what bacon and eggs
are?
are? By the gods, you live
Bring
in
him
a
over here.
horrible place.
I want to go back.
Yeah, right. I gotta go back now. Alright, we bring him.
Come on.
Bring him over.
Yeah.
She walks into the tower and you see a small fire that's been set up, and there's a bunch of dried wood that have been already burnt. She puts some more onto the fire. Sits down on a little stone that's fallen out of the tower itself. There's only 2 stones nearby this fire, and there's enough room to sit 2 people. So she takes one of the stones. She motions you to put him down there, or to lead him in front of her.
Maybe she can fix him.
Insight.
Ow.
It's just my hand, it's okay. 14.
She seems interested. She doesn't seem to have any ulterior motives that you can see. That you can tell. It's not like... She's not acting weird. Insight's not a lie detector. Ever. It just gives you kind of what they would be doing. It helps you understand their body language or the things they say. But you can't like say, oh, they're lying. You could say that, but you might not know.
Oh, come sit down, Bacon.
Where are we?
It's okay, man. It's gonna be fine. Sit down here. This nice lady's gonna...
He sits down in front of her and he looks up. You're so pretty. She grabs him kind of by the hair and pulls his head to the side.
No, don't call her pretty.
Then pulls his head to the other side, and you can see she's checking his neck. Just one side, then the next. Turn around. And he looks up. He's like, okay. And he slowly shuffles his body around. She lifts his shirt up from his back, and you can see his bony spine. Every bone sticks out a little, as if he's just not eating enough. He looks kind of bad off. Do you know how long he's been down here?
We met him 3 hours ago. He hasn't
Wait
been
a
able to
second.
say more than
Did you meet
Stop.
him here, or did you meet him
We met him
there?
We met him there.
Are you sure of that?
No. No, we think we met him there.
It was...
And then there was the swirly thing that
The
happened.
swirly thing was after we met him. So if the swirly
Yeah, there was
thing
this
is when it...
big tentacle-looking thing,
when
and
did
then
we
there
go
was
into the
Luther.
Underdark. How long ago is that? We went to the Underdark.
A few days ago.
No, the very first time. We went to the Underdark when?
What
a
was
week
this swirly thing you talk about?
Okay.
So, like, there was Luther and the giant, and then there was this other guy.
Yeah, there was... So we found... Okay, it's probably better if we just start at the beginning. We were sent into the caves from Riverstorm to retrieve someone who was sprung from a prison on that side.
This guy.
We
Bacon.
are mostly positive it is this gentleman right here. We got down and we found him in a battle-torn room in which there were giant tentacle monsters, crazy wizards, and some sort of a Death Knight with a fiery sword. We're not exactly sure.
Death Knight guy is Luther. We've met him before. He tries to kill us a lot. We kill him often, but he keeps coming back.
Anyway, after that, we grabbed
Bacon.
And as we were about to leave that room, that's when we got the weird sandstorm.
What did it look like?
I'll explain what it looked like.
Yeah.
Like weird little white and black particles swirling together, making a dust devil kind of.
It's like flaky
bits kind of.
and
A
Dust.
soul storm.
Yeah, what's that all about?
maybe
What's a soul storm?
Did someone die down there?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of people lying.
Yeah,
As I
like,
said, there was a
Luther and
gigantic
deaths.
tentacle monster thing. Everybody died.
Luther, and yeah.
We barely got out.
And we got
Did
back.
anyone living die down there?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Go ahead and roll me a deception, everyone. You'll have it. Actually, one person can do it, but you'll have advantage.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Or unless
Yeah.
you want to do it. You want to do it? No.
I mean, who
okay.
takes the lead?
I'll do it.
Yeah, because
you have
probably.
regular.
Here's the deal.
You don't have advantage.
I'm not gonna lie to her.
I was gonna say I'm breaking. I'm about to not tell her any
I'm like,
lies.
listen. You want to know what happened? Your friend Anon.
Handled this so poorly.
Did he have tattoos on his cheeks that looked like? And I kind of make motions like where the tattoos were the guy that I had knifed in the eye.
In the cheek.
Yeah, in the cheek. Yeah, does he have tattoos like blah 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 blah?
Did Anan die down there?
He was working with Luther, and they were trying to kill us. And so we did what we had to do.
You killed him.
Yep.
You just throw him under the bus.
Of course.
Him and Luther were trying to kill me. I was trying to kill the monster and save them. Even Luther, who has tried to kill us multiple times, I was trying to save him by killing the monster. And they turned on me while the monster was put his tentacle bit through my insides. And we didn't have. I felt as if I didn't have a choice. Luther yelled at him to kill us. He said, "Kill them, kill them all." And so I thought, hey, this is a life or death struggle.
You see a look in her face. You've seen this before.
Oh, I see it all the time.
Usually this
Cooper
is the
sees.
point where someone will tear up. But she just looks straight at you. There's no tears. Her eyes are dry.
I'm sorry for your loss if he was a friend of yours. I didn't know.
You killed your way out of here, it sounds like.
There's gotta be other people that can get us out.
You're welcome to try at the Shadow Storm. You probably won't have much luck down there. They're not friendly to people from the prime material.
Aren't you sad about your friend? Usually people cry when I tell them I killed their loved ones. Or are really mad or something. I would understand if you were really angry.
Death is a part of life. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out something strange looking at first. And it's a small bone-like carving. And you see her reach up to her cheek where she has some other small bone-like carvings pierced through, and she starts to jam it into her cheek at full strength, and you see it finally pop the skin. Blood spills out a little, and she reaches into the back of her mouth and starts threading it through until it catches in that little indent of the carving and sits there. Another piercing.
Do you have each piercing for everyone you lose?
If I had a piercing for everyone I lost, there would be no more room on my body.
Fair enough.
How old are you?
Older than you?
Are you an elf?
elf, maybe at one time. Have you heard of the Shatterkai? You can give me Arcana if you want.
19.
The Shatterkai, from what you've heard, used to be elves a long, long time ago. A long, long, long time ago. In the times where Maestra was still alive. And these Shatterkai were followers of a woman. You're not exactly sure. Well, you could roll religion.
That would be merit.
I'll do that one.
Do one?
Yeah.
You don't know.
A woman who died. And you're not recalling her name. But this woman that you're talking to starts explaining things. At one point in time, we followed a queen, the most powerful sorceress in the world, in Lothroom. And we were Eladrin, elves, as you might know them. Now the Feywild, they're known as Eladrin. We all come from that lineage at one point in time. And this woman was trying to protect the world. And she was attacked while she was casting the spell. And it transformed her forever into an unwilling goddess, the Raven Queen. And now she is down in the Shadowfell. She's made it her home. Most Shatterkai follow her, report to her. Me not so.
Why not?
Not so easily swayed by power. She's down here, somewhere, watching. If you've ever spoke her name, she'll know. Everyone that has died, she knows of. Everyone. Shadowfell is a resting ground. And there has been a large upswelling of dead that have come into the land in the past few days.
Does the dead show up here?
Let me get this straight.
Sometimes.
So if somebody dies, they come here. If they're able to plane walk to the material plane, does that
The
mean
undead, they don't come here alive.
Oh, they come here as undead.
There's been a very large upswelling of the dead in the past couple days.
In our world, Riverstorm just got submerged completely and totally, and most of the people in Riverstorm died.
Anan was going there to find out what happened.
Somebody tried to kill the king and then blew the gates on the waterworks and filled the whole city with water. We were there when it happened. And most people in the city passed away. There were some what are those guys called?
It was the Devil's 98.
Right. Yeah, they work for Magnus, Mad Magnus Monroe, who we're gonna
Give me a
kill.
perception check, everyone.
Okay.
Nope.
15.
Sorry, guys. 1.
18.
8?
Wow.
So, you know how many people that was?
So many people.
Entire city.
The entire city, darn near. Everyone. Why?
Not everyone comes to the Shadowfell when they die. Some go straight to the feud plane. I don't know a lot about it. I just know what Anan has taught me. He was very knowledgeable about these worlds.
Do they cross over where they died? If I die here in the material plane and my soul ends up here, does it end up right here where I died? Or does it end up somewhere else?
Maybe. Might end up in the fugue plane.
But if it does end up here, then Shadow Storm is in a bad way right now. It's full of undead. Even if 1 in every 10 people ends up here when they die is undead, that place is going to be full and crawling with them.
I mean, we know about the undead here. We aren't afraid of the undead. There are many undead in this world.
Are all of them bad?
Well,
I mean...
That's like asking if, if bees sting or something.
Yeah, but
They're
I
just
mean...
undead.
If every one of them dies, I mean, I'd imagine.
Some you don't want to... You don't want to mess with, and they won't mess with you.
Like, what are those things that we fought that Luther always brings around?
Ghouls and ghasts.
Ghast. You like ghasts? Ghasts kind of suck. I don't like ghasts.
Ghasts. They're a creation. Those aren't people at one time.
I'm glad, because they're horrible.
Those are created.
Luther keeps bringing them with him when he comes to kill us.
You can try your luck in Shadowstorm if what you say is true. You might be fearful there. The undead could be crawling. At that point, you guys hear the sounds of footsteps in the tower. Like wet, slapping footsteps. You look back, and there are a lot of undead that are walking through that door of the tower.
Is it the only door in and out?
It's the only door in. And there is
We're stupid to let ourselves get cornered.
There is a ladder that goes up to the next level of this tower.
Alright, Bacon, climb the ladder.
She looks up. Shit. And she gets up. Go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Oh, I'm slow. Abysmally slow.
Nat 20.
21.
Giravon. And then Merritt.
Got a 24.
Bacon's the red shirt. Sorry, Bacon.
Bacon, 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 eggs.
Delron.
7.
As usual. Leading up the rear.
Is this tower made of stone, perchance?
It is made of stone. She's sitting on one of the stones from the tower itself.
Are undead drawn to us or something?
You ask as she's literally going to the ladder and starting to ascend it.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go in turn order. She's headed that way. Caravan.
I'm following her.
So you hold your action until she moves to move.
Yep.
So you probably move up to the ladder, hold, wait for her.
Yep.
Okay. Artigan. Lorenzo. God, I'll remember. I'm going to have to make you a card for that.
Yep. I'll follow suit and help her up the ladder.
Merritt.
Fireball!
Fireball.
Sweet.
Over the corner.
To the entrance.
Yep.
Alright, so you throw the first time ever, right? I don't think you've ever done this.
Second, I did one
Did
in
you?
the fight just before the dinosaur showed up. Whatever his name was. Against those guards.
He starts forming this orange, bright orange, red, and somewhat blue sphere in his hand, and it's the size of half the size of a golf ball. And he hurls it down the hall. It hits just above the door frame, and this explosion of fire envelops the doorway, envelops this stone, envelops all the creatures inside of it.
I've been working on my firebolt.
Yeah,
Making it bigger.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
My 8d6.
Do you
Here.
need more d6? Sure, someone's got you.
1, 2, 3. I've got 4.
Here's 4. Feels good to roll 86, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. 10, 20, 33.
33 damage.
You rolled no ones?
creepers.
Bummer.
Well,
I mean, it's good to roll once, but it would have felt good to roll one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good re-roll it.
Alex, in the corner, go ahead and hand me that thing. It's not painted yet, but we will use
Oh, we're
it.
bringing out the 3D printing?
The tower?
Rick, yeah, dude.
Here, 1, 2.
You gotta paint that.
There you
son
go.
of a
I know I
bitch.
gotta paint.
There's your dice back.
That's wild, man.
It's
I
got this
know, it's
ghostly
so
glow.
epic, dude. Can we
It
like
does
put
have
that
a ghostly glow.
closer to the camera so everybody can see how detailed 3D printing is? Freaking awesome.
Will be.
That is really awesome.
I think it should be close enough. So, you are all on the first level of this tower, and you are waiting for her to go up. Let me put on some better music. While we're doing this real quick, we got some followers right before combat, so welcome Starphaser and welcome Galaxy Wolf.
Oh,
A couple
nice.
of space traveling
That was-
followers.
Sweet.
Space travel.
Who we got here? So first level of the tower.
We're taking it apart.
Yeah, so we can be in there.
God, that's so awesome. Does that door swing?
Yeah, I haven't broken it open yet, but it does. So zombies
to
are in
break it open.
front.
Is the door reinforced or is it gone now?
Well, they're already coming through it,
Yeah, but Mary just toasted everything.
blasting it. There's a lot of you in here.
Yeah, we're all packed in, man.
Oh, this is gonna be you from now on, by the way, Artigan, which is Lorenzo.
Okay.
But suitable. Yes, I do. This is her. Cool. And you are waiting for her to go up. So she will go up. She is on the second floor. From that hole right there. She runs the ladder and she climbs it quickly. And she's very agile from what you can tell.
This is my third fight in a row
They
without a long
start
rest. It's
coming
bad.
in. Well, you got a short rest.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
This
That's nice things for me.
creature gets up to you, Garavon, but it's its full movement. Because there is a scatter of undead all in here. 32 damage.
33, right?
So they just die. Some of them disintegrate, some of them torch. Oh, I didn't get the music on. Battle music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Are there more donuts out there?
No.
Okay.
I took the last.
I think there's one more sandwich.
That's all right.
Go ahead, Delaron. And there's not just one, there are many more coming through the door.
So
There is about 4 right at the door, and the door has been mostly blasted off its hinges.
okay. So if I push that guy back into the doorway,
Then
What?
you
can I
take a
shove him?
peek outside the door, and there is a swarm.
So I can't push him back into the doorway. There's no room for
You
me to
could
push him.
try, but you'll be pushing him into his friends. They are all coming through, and they are moving somewhat slow, but when you look out, it is a field, a sea
Okay.
of undead.
So I. Okay, so this is what I do. I pull my sword. I'm going to attempt to bash him into his fellows and use his body to plug the doorway and lean against him. I'm going
Okay.
to attempt to bash him in and then just do this, and then I'm going to knife him up, stab him up while I'm pushing against the
Roll
horde.
to push
Disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
So, shield bash. I push. 16 plus 7 is 23.
You win. You push him back
So,
as
like,
far as he can go. He's
slam.
now up against his friends.
And I just lean up on him and then hack at him with my two
And you
actions.
start hacking away.
And I yell at everybody else, I'm like, get up the ladder, get up the ladder! Hack, hack! So here's my 2 swings. So my first swing is going to be a 24, and my second swing is going to be a 22.
Those are both hits.
Okay. So that's 11 plus 14 is 25 altogether. Right? Yeah.
25 damage?
Altogether, yeah.
On one hit?
No.
Do each hit.
Oh, okay. 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then 15.
7 plus 3 is 10. Yeah, and then 15. So 10. Hack. Does he stay up?
Yep, and then the second shot does 15 damage.
Yep. Hack.
You cut off his head. And it just flies off. And as his body falls, one steps up to take its place.
Well, as he falls, I want to step to where his body was so I can take up the hole. I want to keep pushing so they have to go past me to get in. You know what I
You are
mean?
now at the doorway, and there is a swarm.
If I can, I'll
Trying
even
to get
step
it.
up into the doorway to try to get him. I want to try to plug the door with my body.
Okay. And there's more. Many more.
Yeah.
Many, many, many more. That's just some
Get
of
up
them.
the ladder! Get up the ladder now!
Go ahead, Garavon. She went up, so you used a reaction to go up as well.
Yep.
You use your movement. You are now on the second floor. Lorenzo, you did the same. Merritt, what were you doing? You cast Fireball. Did you move at all? Or were you just stunned by how spectacular your Fireball was?
Like, this is
Like, this is way better than a flaming bolt.
Oh.
No, but as of now, I am going to cast Bless, and it looks like it's going to be just on the two of us,
Okay.
and then go to the ladder.
Are you going to go up it?
Yep.
How far does it reach?
I think it's...
He has to be able to see us. He can only see me and him, right?
He might be able to see someone from where he's at, because
Is
the
Bacon-
ladder's right
Is
here.
Bacon upstairs yet? Because I yelled at Bacon to get up before I did anything. I was like, get up the ladder, Bacon.
Oh,
Do
it's
you know who the fuck he
3
is right now?
creatures of your choice within range.
He went up.
That's good. Way to go, Bacon.
So you can do it to anyone else.
So it's going to be 1, 2, and who just went up last on the ladder?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
So you are blessed. Be blessed.
What?
Let's blessing upon you.
Go
And then I
ahead,
go up the
Garavon.
ladder
What do you
as much as
do?
possible.
There is another level. You can keep going up the ladder if you choose.
What if zombies climb ladders? It's bad. The tower's always bad. Rack and ruin.
Yeah, I go up another level.
You go up.
I go,
another
let's
level.
go.
So, level 1, level 2, up another level. Go, 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 go. Go ahead, Artigan. There's more. You can go up more.
Lorenzo, go ahead,
Lorenzo. Thank you.
I will ask her, what's the plan for when we get to the top?
I don't plan ahead. She runs up the ladder with Garavon.
Yeah, I'll follow her again.
Alright, you go up. She goes up. You're on level 3. You can go up more.
And keep pace
You
with
can keep
everyone else.
climbing.
Are you on the ladder?
You can keep
I'm
climbing
just
the ladder.
like I just want to go all the way to the top.
Alright, you can get to the 4th level before you... Because you move half your speed when you're
Right.
climbing. So you're on level 4 ladder, and they're all under you. Like that. Her, then you.
Is it all one ladder? Or is it like ladder to the next level and then ladder? Is it all
It's
one
ladder on one side, and
Yep.
then the
Ladder on
next
the
side
other
is
side.
another ladder, and then the next side is another ladder.
Okay,
So they're not, it's not
Continuous.
one continuous ladder.
that's good.
Go ahead, Merritt. Did I already let you go?
Well, I cast Bless and then...
Oh, that's right. So they go,
The ladder.
and you're plugging up the doorway.
I'm ready to get much done. Much,
4 of them
much,
will
much,
get
much,
towards
much.
you, and you see all these arms reaching through, trying to grab you, trying to pull you outside the door.
Yeah, 4 of them is a lot.
Did I get up the ladder just for record keeping
If you
sake?
wanted to,
Yeah, it was Bless and Run and Climb.
Okay.
right there.
And then I should be behind her. Oh, she just went up.
Yep. So the first one goes to grab at you with a 20.
Shield. King. Nope.
The second one with a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, he gets me.
The third one with a 9.
No.
And the fourth one with a 17. No.
So
15.
the nat 20 gets me.
A nat 20 gets you. Let's put this over here.
Stop it, zombie.
Face slapping zombies.
Yep. This doesn't bite me. I'll get damage.
Take 4 damage and you are grappled.
Just automatically?
Correct.
Sweet. Okay.
Go ahead. You.
I will try to de-grapple myself.
Roll your strength.
Get off of me. Athletics?
D4.
Athletics.
Okay.
Oh, attack roll or saving throw. So
Yeah,
maybe
so
not
not this. And I'm disadvantaged. This is bad. You're tired when you're fighting undead. 13.
You do win. You push it off of you,
Get off from me.
and they're all trying to swarm in and grab your arm and pull you out, and you are free.
I go up the ladder, and then I want to cut the ladder free.
Okay? You run up the ladder as far as you can, and you hack at it with your sword. Roll to hit it.
Sort of wounding.
I'm gonna wound the
I
ladder.
wound the ladder.
It's not living. You can't wound it.
That's too bad. Okay, so 11 plus 8 is 19 to strike the sword.
The
I
ladder.
mean, the ladder. Yeah, strike
The
the ladder.
sword
with my
strikes the
sword.
ladder
Right.
with clarity, and it rings true. Ding, roll your damage. You are now both on level 2.
I can't find. Oh, here we go. One damage. So, 8 damage.
8 damage as you strike at the rungs of this ladder and the sides that are holding the rungs together, and it cracks one of them in half. Just now it's kind of dangling on one.
I have a second swing, right?
You do.
I'm gonna come back around for the other side. So, like, snap,
Roll it.
snap. Okay. So 13. So 21.
You break the ladder off completely, and
Okay.
it falls down into this swarm of undead.
Snap. I like push it out of the way so it falls down. It's not leaning into the hole or anything.
And there is a hatch on each of these levels. You plug the hatch, you can't see down anymore, and you go up. And everyone goes up and up.
There's something to like lock it. Can I lock it?
Yeah,
Cool. Okay, bar it or whatever it is.
just slide it in.
Yep. Chook. And climb up.
And you all go up to the top of this tower. Or you can go up to whatever level you choose.
Yeah, go to the top. If everybody else is going to the top, why wouldn't I?
Do you all go to the top?
Well, I was gonna try to get to the tip top.
So you all go to the top. There are some crates and barrels up here as well.
God,
And you look down from the top, you look outside of these crenellations, and you see a swarm of undead. More than you can count.
Oh, man.
There are possibly thousands.
From Riverstorm. All the dead from Riverstorm.
From Shadowstorm.
Right. Is the whole tower surrounded?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
There is a forested area back here. Somewhat forested, it's not heavy. And they're pushing through. And you see them, for as far as you can tell, past those trees.
How long will they stick around until they move on?
Till we starve, I'm guessing.
You have some supplies. You can see some food in here. In this
Begin
crate.
casting firebolt.
I mean, all day if you want to.
Yeah. I'll shoot some arrows.
I have 2 weeks of supplies on me. I got rationed up when we were at the camp. They said, "What do you need?" I'm like, "I need more rations than a rope." Remember?
We could be here a long time.
Okay.
I don't think you got out of there.
Yeah. Then we got out of the cave.
Get out of the tower.
Oh, the tower. Yeah.
Someone's grappled.
Oh, yeah. I thought if they pulled me outside, it was going to be the end of me. Like, last stand of Cooper. Cooper's last stand.
Oh, the best zombie ending.
Just, like, pull me in the ground, like, nom, 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 nom.
She batters down the hatch.
Yep. I cut the ladder that go to the second floor. Will they climb the walls?
You see them pushing up against the sides of the tower. And
They're just kind of like...
they're mostly just pushing up against it. Every once in a while, you see one ingenuitive undead.
Yeah. Tries to climb the back of his
Brains
friend.
are not rewarded in this situation. This is the opposite of Darwinism.
All right.
You showed yourself to be exceptional.
Good call. Good call.
I'll cover the other end of the tower in case Merritt only has a limited view on one side.
Okay, well, we probably should sleep in shifts, so I'm going to sleep now. Because I'm exhausted.
And on to the
It
tower.
looks like we're
In it for the
going to
duration.
be up here for a while.
Yep.
Bacon, you good with us?
Bacon.
And you, what's your name? Looks like we're going to be friends for a while.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. My name is Arwell.
Harwell?
Arwel. And we are not friends. You killed my friend.
I am sincerely sorry about that.
But we will be up here together.
So, companions, anyways? Hopefully not people that hate each other.
We fight the same cause for now.
That works for me.
But that's it. I don't fight for the prime material. I don't care what happens up there.
Other than the fact it makes a ton of undead for you guys.
Right.
Your wars spill down here. But the Raven Queen will probably make short work of some of them.
I was going to say, based on the Magnus army that's coming, you're going to have quite a bit. I think Riverstorm was bad, or sorry, Shadow Storm was bad. It's going to get a lot worse.
She just starts unpacking supplies from the crates and barrels. There's a good bit of food here. I'm gonna go find myself a nice spot to lay down.
I'm already laying down.
She gonna go down a level.
Okay, I'm gonna stay up here. I like being on the top floor in case I have to go hop off.
Don't lock me in, please.
Okay. I'll leave it open. I mean, the food's up on the top right too. There's some supplies in those barrels.
Yeah, she took some and she puts it in her cloak.
Okay. Good for later.
She
Go downstairs.
grabs all her dreads and kind of curls them up into a bun at the back of her head and tightens them down and then throws her hood over her head and goes down to the level below her.
Alright. I'm not gonna lock her in, but I will close the door behind her. But I won't lock it.
Before you close it, I think I'm going to go down there and watch, make sure nothing comes up the ladders.
Okay. So you're gonna be on ladder duty? I cut the ladder free on the bottom level and closed and locked it, but
Yeah, in case something does get up,
okay.
I want to be down there to make sure nothing comes up the...
So you're going to the second floor?
Yeah.
All
That's
the way
okay.
down?
Well, not the second floor. I want to be on the
Third floor.
the same floor as the person who's unconscious and going to sleep.
Well, so she's on the fourth floor. She's on the floor below us.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably stay on that floor. Unless she makes a big fuss, then I'll go one.
She doesn't
below
have to
that.
sleep.
You come down and keep her company. Where'd you take the prisoner?
Bacon's with us.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon. I hate how his name is Bacon.
I think it's pretty great.
I hate you guys.
Bacon's with us.
Hey.
Come on, Bacon.
It's an awful name.
Yeah, but it's
the only thing that made him happy. Now, unfortunately, he's never having bacon and eggs. We're going to have to eat him soon.
Yeah, no kidding.
He is
He is
bacon and
bacon.
eggs.
That's why we named him Bacon. I'll make it quick.
You guys ruined me.
Yeah, so do I get unlimited XP as I'm picking up zombies one by one?
If we were leveling by experience? No.
No.
You continue your firebolts for a while until it gets boring. Every once in a while, one of them ignites and screams and then lights one of his friends until the fire just dies out on the flesh of others.
Oh, that's good. Maybe you shouldn't light them on fire. If they all went up, or a bunch of them did, it could be problematic for us.
Yeah, every now and then I'll swap it up for... I can push the fire without making anything burn. Just kind of a little blast without any
Get your
fire.
Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
you're
what it
talking
is.
about?
And they make it look like fire.
Yeah, it just looks.
So it looks much
more
the
like
same.
light, but
Okay.
Lorenzo, you go down to the level she's at, and she's grabbed some straw. It's mostly dead from the crates. She's laying it out, kind of a makeshift bedroll.
I have a bedroll, don't I?
You should have a bedroll.
Yeah, I'll offer her mine. She doesn't have to makeshift one and be like, sorry, I want to make sure that someone's not unconscious on the level that the undead would come from, so just keeping an eye down here.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna watch you while you sleep.
You roll out the bedroll for her.
The lady.
She sits down and she goes, "Why don't you come join me?"
We need to have somebody conscious. I'll keep
I'll be
first
awake.
watch down here. Oh,
Don't
you're not going to sleep? Oh.
Roll your intelligence.
the session ends the same way it began.
I know, right? I'm like,
Yeah, you're so
3.
smart.
She looks at you. She says, "You know what would make me feel alive right now?"
What's up?
Oh,
She stands up and she walks over to you and kisses you full on the mouth.
Lorenzo doesn't have any problems. He doesn't know anything, so hey.
So
And she will take you back to the bed, and that's where we'll go black.
Yep.
I love how the game started with you hitting on him and then ended with you hitting on him.
Yeah.
That was great.
He's the first one that went down there. It could have been you.